Universal Pictures is proud to present the motion picture directing debut of one of America's most talented and respected artists.
Cut! Cut, 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 cut! Oh, hello, kiddies. So glad you could join me. Your pal, the Crypt Keeper, has gone Hollywood in a big way. I'm directing my first feature film. Care for a little shriek preview? For my big scream premiere, I wanted lots of suspense. Uh-oh. Special effects, sex, violence. The kind of thing you could really sink your teeth into. Hi! Frights! Camera! Action! It's about a chase through the ages, a race against time. The war between good and evil.
Come on out, everybody! It's time to play!
And the final battle between man...
I'm sorry.
...and demon.
I'm not gonna hurt you. I lied.
It stars Billy Zane from Dead Calm, William Sadler from Die Hard 2, and Jada Pinkett from Menace to Society. Ooh, I love those titles. And you'll love Demon Knight.
The hair! The demon's hair!
And ladies, if you think Demon Knight is too gross and yucky...
Whoa!
Thank you.
From a secret grave in a distant land, Hell's Madam has risen again. And now she's back in business at the Bordello of Blood, where customers go in.
Evening, boys.
This is deep, but they don't come out.
Mr. Gutman, have you found my brother yet?
He and a friend of his evidently went to a local brothel.
Are you ready?
Welcome to a new chapter in terror.
At least now she'll know what's eating him. She is.
Lucy, I'm home!
Let's party.
I am Mexican for lunch.
I'm gonna take you for a test ride.
You know, you make it sound really enticing.
From Universal Pictures,
It's holy water, man.
Dennis Miller.
You are right here. Cha-ching.
Tales from the Crypt presents Bordello of Blood.
Looking cool tonight, man. You must know Mickey Rourke, huh?
Evil bites.
Go for it.
Welcome to Barrel Age Flicks. This is Ron. I have been traumatized. And in the show we have...
And this is Stu. I hate Ron.
Also in the show...
This is Ragnar. I'm so confused right now.
And finally...
Hey, this is Goot. I am Goot.
Asshole.
Ouch.
What is up, everybody?
I think that's what he used to say was ouch.
Hey, it's BAF, and we are...
me.
Damn.
It's been a long time since I got hit with that.
Yeah, it has.
First time in the
Long
episode.
time.
There you go, is the wheel. Jesus Christ.
You just got me nailed. Congratulations, sweetheart.
Right when we started.
Literally the second we started. Yep. That's...
We can't.
No, you were supposed to call me.
All right, so, yeah.
Right, either way.
Let's see what he gets.
Yep.
What did,
The fuck is that?
it looks like it's right on the stick. Is that Crystal Picks? Yeah, redo.
I gotta respond.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, we're recording, baby. I gotta go. I love you. Bye.
Let's see what...
Self-destruct.
You got a self-destruct.
All right. I'm good with that. Oh, shit. I'm good with that.
Wasn't expecting that. Wasn't expecting that at all. Jesus Christ. All right, go ahead and pour the shot, Stu. So today, boy, that's going to ruin our taste. Should we take it after our drink? All right.
You got something to wash it down with it.
That's true. So today we are doing in our Halloween series. We did a great, excellent episode on Night of the Living Dead that Stu hosted. Fun episode.
Yes, it was.
This is the one that I picked. We are doing Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight, and Bordello of Blood. But Tales from the Crypt ran from 1989 to 1996. It was a TV series on HBO. Have you guys ever watched a show on HBO?
Yes.
And it was also a Saturday morning TV show for kids where it had
Cartoon version.
Yeah, the Crypt Keeper, Tales from the Crypt Keeper. The Crypt Keeper was voiced by John Cassier, and it was also based on the Tales from the Crypt horror comic book series, which was from EC Comics from 1950 to 1955. Basically an anthology series and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and take our punishment shot. Thank you, Stu.
Prost.
That's a great first part of the show.
Oh, yeah.
Got our taste buds ready.
Like a nice hug.
Oh, yeah. So, let's see here. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a little bit of the details, but our drink is melting in front of us. But Demon Knight was released on January 13th, 1995. Ernest Dickerson was the director. Other movies he's directed. You remember the movie Juice with Tupac?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did that one. He did Surviving the Game, Bulletproof,
Oh, yeah.
Bones. I think that's the Snoop Dogg movie. And The Last Days of Ptolemy Gray.
Don't remember that one.
Yeah, I've never seen that one. But budget for this movie was $12 million. The box office, it was $21.1 million worldwide. The Rotten Tomatoes score, critics gave this movie a 38%, but user score, it got a 64%. So it's actually widely loved by a lot of people. This is a cult classic, in my opinion. One of the better movies. And the whole reason why Tales from the Crypt did this is because it was such a great series on HBO, they decided to go ahead and make movies about it. And there were supposed to be 3 of them. One of them was supposed to be Dusk Till Dawn. They tried to get Tarantino to, but Tarantino wanted so much money that he declined to do it because he wanted too much money, so they didn't do it with him. But Dusk Till Dawn was actually supposed to be the part of the trilogy for the 3 movies, which
I could see that.
Well, it's weird because Bordello of Blood is also vampires, but Dusk Till Dawn was actually supposed to be a part of it. Now there was a 3rd movie, which is called Ritual. Yeah, and there was the DVD version has the Crypt Keeper, but it's a rod puppet. It's very cheap, and it's wearing like a Jamaican wig.
It's only in
certain countries or counties or something like that.
Most countries that it was released in had nothing to do with Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
It released in America multiple years after it released in other countries.
Yep.
And they went ahead and just threw the Crypt Keeper, stuff on it.
It was a rod puppet too. It wasn't like the animatronic effects. It was just a rod puppet. And the Crypt Keeper was talking in like a Jamaican language because it's like a voodoo movie, basically. It's okay. It's got what's her name from what's the movie with Patrick Swayze? Dirty Dancing. I forgot what's
Jennifer
Grey.
Yeah,
she was in it.
Yep.
But after her nose got fixed, or apparently when she got her nose fixed.
Zombies.
Yes. It's bad. It's bad, but it's not a good movie. It's like made for TV, but it's enjoyable. Me and Sammy watched it, and we had a little fun with it.
It's not good.
So no, it's not. But so are these movies. They're not the best movies, also. But the first drink we're going to be doing today.
Oh, we're doing 2.
Yes, but we're going to be doing the second one when we start taking Bordello of Blood. So this one's called Olize. It's a drink from Demon Knight. Olize Apple French Vodka. The green color for the drink is because of the demon blood in Demon Knight, which is kind of almost like a glow in the dark.
I like that.
Now, in the picture, you'll see, and it looks great, but it smells good. Very apple.
It's very artificial.
Yes. No, this is a French vodka. Apparently, this is actually a good vodka. It's hard to find.
Smells nice. Smells really
very
pleasant.
Artificial.
I like it. To me, it smells like...
Does it smell like the moonshine? Because you said that smelled artificial.
No, this smells more real than the moonshine to me. But it does smell...
You gotta stir it.
Almost candy-ish.
Like candy apple?
Almost.
Almost like a candy apple? I don't know. It smells good.
I enjoy the smell. I do.
All right. You guys ready?
Roast. God, it's been a long time since there's been 3 of us.
Yeah, I know. Cheers.
That's vodka? That's all that's in there is vodka.
Yep. With apple. It's French vodka.
And you didn't add anything to it.
Nope.
So this isn't watered down. This isn't mixed with anything.
Nope.
What's the proof then? Because that's like what 20 proof then?
Seems like it.
I think it's a low alcohol content. Hold on.
Yeah. I mean, not to be a dick, but this tastes like zero alcohol in here.
It does. This is like a lot of sour apple pucker with a dash of vodka.
Yeah.
16% alcohol by volume.
That's a 32 proof. Okay.
32 proof, yeah. Which is what are most vodkas?
More than that.
More than that.
Yeah. No, I knew it wasn't that much, but it's still alcohol.
Okay.
It's good. You know what it reminds me of? The Apple Jolly Ranger. Jolly
Little bit.
Rancher.
Yeah.
Tastes just like apple.
It does have a little bit of artificialness to me.
Well, like I
Definitely
said.
does. Yeah.
Well,
The smell is better than the moonshine, though. Mm-hmm. Right. And it's not as artificially tasting as the moonshine. But
It's not at all, but you still can.
Yeah.
is it tasty though?
It's fine. Do you want me to start? Do you want me?
You can if you want. Yeah.
I'll give it a half a thumb. I mean, it's pleasant, but would this be something I would want multiple glasses of? Probably not.
Now, if this had like a caramel
Maybe nice,
rim,
like, nice aperitif. You know, like
yeah.
what? I mean, something. I'm sorry. We're trying to get a little bit fucking classy. Over here.
What's the
Apparently
problem?
we are. All right, we're doing Tales from the Crypt. We have to be raising our pinkies. Okay. God damn.
Little aperitif.
No, just something like, a little something to freshen up the palate in between meals or something like that.
Yeah.
I can see this being something like that.
Yeah.
But not something that you're gonna want to drink a lot of. So.
Do you think this is the type of drink like that will give you that feeling like you had where you almost had a heart attack if you keep drinking it?
No. And I may have had a heart attack. I may have had a heart attack.
You didn't have a heart. You had a heart attack on the show. You think so?
When the doctor asked me how many heart attacks I've had, when as far as I know, 0, it makes me start thinking of when could I have possibly have had heart attacks that I don't know.
That's true. That is true.
That leapt right to the forefront. Like,
I mean, you felt like shit. Like you were like, I don't feel right. This isn't. I don't like this. I mean, you were.
No.
I've never seen you complain about something like that before.
that's why I'm thinking if I had a heart attack,
You probably did on our show. I'm trying to remember what episode that was, but I remember it was that fucking drink that somebody brought that was like full of sugar or something like that you drank.
I think
So you had like a sugar attack.
I don't know.
that may have been Chase.
I don't remember. It was
Something very sweet.
Yeah.
I remember that. I don't remember what episode it was.
No.
that you said you were done drinking.
I remember we were over there.
Yeah, you were.
The girls were here.
You were sweating.
Yeah, it was not feeling right.
Well, at least you survived. So I mean, you're enjoying it. So you got a half.
Am I in hell right now?
So you got a half.
Possibly.
Yeah. I give it a half thumb.
Okay, Reckler.
Same, half. There's nothing here. There's nothing to this. Fucking vodka.
Would you call it a chick drink?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Okay.
Totally. This is almost like a fucking Midori sour.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
And a Midori sour has like barely any fucking alcohol in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And that's what this fucking tastes like.
Oh, the next one is actually exactly the same, so I probably won't get lower reviews. But the whole reason why I went with this is because of the
No, but the color.
color.
No, the color,
Beautiful.
the
Yeah.
thought process of it is good.
It was something simple, and these bottles ran about $27
Okay.
a piece. So it wasn't that expensive. It was Goot, I know before he was able to not make it tonight, but he did buy one of them, but he could not find the green one. He couldn't find this one, but he found the red one. And he said that the only ABC that carried it is the one with us.
Okay.
So he decided not to get it, so he was just going to do the green one. So he did actually buy the green one for tonight.
I'm sorry.
I mean, the red one for tonight, but he couldn't get the green. So
Maybe the red one will be.
the one is like a passion fruit, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah. So I have no idea, but it's the
I
red
have
color.
lower hopes for that.
Yeah. So let's go ahead
I'm not a
and
fan of passion fruit.
let's go ahead and get into the rest of the details, and then we'll go ahead and take a quick break. So the cast of this movie is the great Billy Zane.
Yes.
As the collector, we have William Sandler, which I actually like.
Was that his title, The Collector?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the collector. He's collecting, trying
I mean, it
to
makes
get the
sense.
key.
I didn't know what his title was.
That's actually what it is on IMDb, the collector. So You got Jada Pinkett Smith. We also have C.H. Pounder as Irene. We have Thomas Hayden Church.
C.H. Pounder?
It's actually CCH Pounder as
CCH
Irene.
Pounder.
Yes.
That's their name.
That's her name.
Okay.
As Irene. Thomas Hayden Church, which we all know him from Wings.
Lowell.
Yes. Which you were a big fan of
great
Wings.
show.
Both you guys were a fan of it?
Wings was
Fucking
fun
love
as hell.
Wings.
Yeah. What'd you think of him in this movie?
Him and Tony Shalhoub were
Hell
awesome.
yeah.
I forgot that Tony Shalhoub was in
Yeah.
Wings. Yes. Which we just did 13
And
Ghosts.
I like both of them more than the main stars of that fucking show. All right.
We also got Brenda Beck as Cordelia. We have Dick Miller as Uncle Willie. Everybody knows Dick Miller. I am a big fan
Come
of
on,
Dick
Uncle
Miller.
Willie.
Yes, we got Charles Fletcher, the voice of Roger Rabbit, as Wally, and we have Gary Farmer as Deputy Bob Martell. So we're going to go ahead and take our little break, and then we will get into the movie Demon Knight.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Mel.
And together we host the podcast
Spoil My Movie. We were watching movies anyway.
And we were having in-depth conversations about those movies too.
So we decided to share our thoughts with the world.
You can expect me to gripe about inaccurate details like supposedly cold weather, but you can't see anyone's breath.
And you can expect me to be totally adorable, but also psychologically deep.
And by the end of each episode, we'll provide our respective ratings.
Using a rating scale custom tailored to the movie in question.
Check us out wherever you get your podcasts.
We're everywhere. We're actually behind you right now.
We are back. So,
Hi, Adam.
yeah, Adam's watching us. What's up, Adam?
Hello.
Maybe he's not. No, there's no viewers right now, but he said he was going to view us. And
Yes.
he was going to man the Twitch from Columbus, Ohio. Right here, it usually says like one or two. And it would tell us the viewer and stuff like that. Like I think I want to see manage your channel directly so I can go on there and everything else. But today we're gonna do the first movie, Demon Knight. When was the first time you guys watched this movie? Because this to me, I'll go first and then I'll ask you guys. I saw this on HBO of all places. That's when I saw it when it was free on the channel. I didn't see this in the movie theater, and I fucking loved it. It was just fun. It was gory. Had tits in it. Yeah. Not many tits compared to Bordello of Blood. That's more of a TNA film and everything else, but it has that great scene with Dick
It
Miller.
had a lot of tits in that scene right there.
Which one?
And Uncle.
with Dick, with Uncle Wally or Uncle Willie. With
Yes.
that was one of my favorite scenes.
The bar scene.
Yes, I actually have that. It was one of the clips. But I saw this on HBO. I don't remember like early, basically mid '90s, 97, 98 or something like that. So, how about you?
I think VHS.
You saw it
I
on VHS.
want to say VHS.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that feels right to me.
But I'd probably say probably about the same.
Yeah.
It feels right.
Yes.
For this time frame.
Well, the thing about this movie is that they tried with Tales from the Crypt series. They wanted to make a movie, and they got the writers to do this movie. But when they made the story, it ended up being more of like a hero story. It did not seem to be like what the episodes of Tales from the Crypt were with. I mean, it had a little bit of the humor, but this had a little bit more serious stuff to it. But there was a lot of great things on the set. They loved making this movie. Everybody on set had a good time. Ernest Dickerson was having a great time. Billy Zane came on set and basically said, hey, because he wears wigs, said, what wig would you like me to wear? And he was there bald as he can be, just showing him. And Ernest Dickerson was looking at him. He's like, none of them. I don't want any of them. I actually want you just like this.
I had no idea. I mean,
he wore wigs.
I knew
That'd be weird.
I knew he wore wigs, but I didn't know he was out and about and admitting that he wore wigs at that time.
Apparently, I mean, remember Tombstone? You could tell he was wearing a wig in Tombstone.
But I didn't think he was that comfortable with his baldness to be. Yeah, I'm full Shatnering up right now. Yeah. I really thought he'd be more like trying to hide it at that time in his career.
And Ernest Dickerson said that the baldness actually is what he wants. He thinks that's a good look for him, and it worked perfectly. Yeah. So
I was even thinking to myself while I was rewatching, I'm like, man, even though I know Billy is fucking, went bald early as shit.
Yeah.
The fact that he embraced it in this fucking film and looked badass doing it, good for him.
Yeah.
But then to find out
his character looked a lot better that way.
And what this movie is remembered for a lot is because everybody loves Billy Zane in this movie. That he really showed it. I have a clip where I'm going to play some scenes from him because he just had so much fun on set. Like the whole sponge thing, that was him. That was ad lib. So he actually asked one of the guys, hey, can you get me a sponge or something like that? And he put a sponge in his mouth and it just plopped out perfectly. And just his
Which
facial
looked funny.
expression. It worked great.
It was awesome.
It worked great. I mean, just the part when he gets thrown out of the house the first time after he's caught. He says, "Enough of this cowboy shit. I'm sick of this." And just do that.
Yes.
Little temper tantrum.
He was great to the point where it's not a rumor. It's all over on Hollywood where they say it's a rumor, but it's not. Where James Cameron saw him in this role and said that he liked him so much that that's why he wanted him as the villain in Titanic.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's how he got the role in Titanic, because James Cameron saw him in this role and loved him so much. Says, "You were going to be my villain," and it was a good villain in Titanic. It was a good, like, not really a villain, but more of like the.
When did The Phantom come out?
Phantom came out like 96, 97. It's a fun movie, stupid movie. But
I'm just trying to think of.
Yeah, I know you don't like that movie.
How, where the Titanic fit in, where this fit in, where
He was busy.
Phantom fit in.
He was busy in
Yeah.
the 90s.
Look it up. Oh, when did Phantom come out? Because I know Titanic came out in 1997. This came out in 1994, I believe. I think that's what I said. 1995. So it was probably 96. I'd say 96.
96 is when it came out.
Yeah. Okay. So, and what other movies that he was also in? He was in Back to the Future. He was one of the two in the Back to the Future 1 and 2. He was the thugs with Biff.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
Small role. Yeah. Another great movie he's in is
It was Billy Zaning it up.
Dead Calm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he was really good in Dead Calm. He was good in Tombstone as the I think the theater dude in Tombstone. But he's been in movies here and there, and I enjoy him. But I think to me, even himself says this is his favorite role he's ever done.
To me, he was just having a great time.
Yeah,
and like I was saying off the show, this feels like the most Billy Zane of all the Billy Zane roles.
Yes,
like this is what he is probably like in his everyday life.
No, I
just
actually
a fun,
good possibility.
Joking kind of guy.
Yep.
Was having a good time. He happened to be a demon. He happened to be a demon. Oh well.
Demons seem to have more fun.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing about the demons is that you know how the demons were set. The original concept of the demons were going to be men in suits with sunglasses, and they were just going to lift their sunglasses up. You see fire in their eyes. That was the original take on the demons.
Oh, okay.
And they were like, the makeup producers like, why? They're demons. We need to make we want the gore effects. We want all that. So they went with that new look where they got skinny guys in costumes and everything else. But if you notice that the demons, they wouldn't try to go with the 90s look where they had the piercings, the tattoos, the long hair, everything else, like the rocker. Yeah. That was mainly because it was the early 90s and they were trying to go for, a 90s look for the demons.
What was that? Little Monsters?
Oh my God, that's a
Little
fun
Monsters
movie.
is a fun movie.
Yeah,
that one with Fred Savage and Howie Mandel.
Yes, where he's got the fucking earrings and everything. He, I think he had an earring in his fucking horn.
Yeah, you were just describing that look, and I'm like, Little Monsters.
That's a fun movie. That's a fun '80s movie right there. You should do that one.
No,
you don't want to do that one.
No,
you should do that.
Yeah,
one.
you do it.
I'm not doing it. Why am I doing
Then why the fuck you telling me to do it?
No,
Fuck you.
I just said, why don't you do that?
You
Just
said-
like you
no,
guys
you
do the
said
same
you
thing for me.
should do that one.
But you always do the same thing for me. So if I do that
No,
for you,
because I'm not confessing my love for it.
Oh, yeah, because
you're
Jacob
fangirling
goes-
over it more than I was. I was just comparing the look that you were saying, and then you're like, "Oh, that was a fun movie." Oh, blah 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 blah. And yes, you did. I'm glad you caught that.
I was just thinking to myself, and I did.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't catch that.
What?
I said
That's spicy boner.
Oh,
yeah.
total no.
Yep, I did.
Obviously, I was paying something else. Say, yeah, what the fuck, man? I think I just had a seizure.
All right, let's see what I got here.
Did we oil up the wheel? Because that's spinning a lot nicer.
I didn't.
He's
touch
spinning it the right way.
Ah,
He's not trying to break it.
Barrel punishment.
that's what it looks like to me.
Is that a barrel punishment?
Yep, that's barrel.
Yep, barrel punishment. Cool. I'm fine with that. Let me see what I got.
Horse semen. Fuck.
Oh,
Close. Screwball.
oh, that shit makes me want to puke. Fuck.
Oh, bottoms up, motherfucker.
Last time I got Malort, now I got a fucking screwball. Jesus Christ. Why couldn't I get something like whiskey or bourbon? I have to
That
get
is
this
whiskey.
peanut butter whiskey.
It's whiskey.
It tastes like
You asked for
fucking
whiskey, you
peanut
got whiskey.
butter nastiness. I fucking
Tastes
hate
like
this
whiskey.
shit. And you can go rotten hell. This fucking shit sucks. Anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and play that clip anyways because we keep talking about
take your
Billy
shot.
Zane. This is the famous Billy Zane as the collector.
Holy shit.
I am willing
Can't open it.
There you go, Uncle Willie.
It's like,
Oh, gee.
What the fuck is that gonna do?
I don't know.
God!
Oh, God.
By the way, I'm laughing so much because Ron was just having a
My
fight
hands
of
are
his
slick.
life trying to open up an airplane bottle of Screwball.
Here he goes.
Shut this one down, Uncle Willie. Long, hard one. Nothing gets you fucked up faster. Am I right, guys? Am I right? He's looking at you, Uncle Willie.
Humans! You're not worth the flesh you're printed on! Fuck this cowboy shit! You fucking ho-dunk, po-dunk, well then there, motherfuckers!
Love him in this.
All you have to do is give me the goddamn key! And we could get on with our lives. All right, this property is hereby condemned.
How do I know you ain't gonna kill me?
You have my word. I mean, frankly, we've been counting on you, haven't we? The world needs more people like you, Mr. Roach.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Of course, you don't mind if we kill the others, do you?
Hey, if it makes you feel good, do it.
Makes you feel good? Do it. Exactly.
First things first, of course.
What to think about?
There was a time when a coy silence was appreciated in a woman.
Well, this is not one of those times. And you're really starting to piss me off! Oh, boy.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to get angry. Jolene, I'm gonna say something to you I haven't said to anyone. Jolene, I you. Jolene, you. Jolene, do you think you could ever find it in your heart to possibly me? Didn't think so.
Fuck it. I didn't get that line. But seriously, Billy Zane just had a great time on that
Yeah,
set.
he did.
And the nice thing about that, all right, you know that scene with Dick Miller and the bar scene? So apparently they had to do multiple takes because Dick Miller.
Oh, darn.
Because he was in there and you see all these
That
naked
is
women
such a
just
fucking
coming to an
shame.
old man over here and he was having a hard time saying his lines. He was like,
I'm sure he was having a hard time.
oh yeah. So I mean, if you were put in that same situation right there,
I would have a hard time.
Gremlins!
Yeah. So I mean, but
I don't know why that just jumped down my head.
oh yeah, it's like I said, it's Billy Zane is the best in this movie. I really think that's what a lot of people pull on this movie. Although when you think of this movie, it's comedic, it is, but it's not as comedic as the other Tales from the Crypt episodes. Tales from the Crypt episodes are a lot more like comedy / violence. This one goes a little bit more serious, especially with the whole thing with the story of a demon knight.
I think it's a good balance between the two.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. But I like the whole story that Sandler does, the Knight does about his whole thing, which is my only clip that I have for the show, and we'll get into that later here. So the iconic. Before we get into the whole beginning of the movie,
Why are you procrastinating?
What? Oh, sorry.
Peanut
nutty.
So creamy.
How do you guys like that shit?
Because it tastes good.
Oh my god, peanut butter and alcohol don't mix, in my opinion whatsoever. So the before we get into the Demon Knight itself, what did you all think of the beginning sequence with the Crypt Keeper and the directing the movie?
Oh, it worked really well.
It's got what's his name from Night Court?
Yeah.
What's his name?
That was John Larroquette.
Yeah, having him do a little cameo and stuff like that. I mean, do you think that it was a funny sequence?
It was weird seeing John Larroquette again
as a
so
killer?
young. Just because I've been watching Night Court, the rebooted one,
and he is in that, isn't he?
Yeah, yes. And he's old.
Yeah,
he's old,
but he still looks the same.
Yeah, he's still the same, but he's old.
Yeah.
And he even looked like weirder at that age than he did when he did this one. He looked weirder than when he did the original Night Court show.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, much fucking different than he looks now. So it was a weird fucking look on him. I'm just like, God, that's weird. And of all the people to pull John Larroquette for that fucking role, that's a weird thing. That could have gone to anybody for a cameo. That's a weird person to pull for that to be a surprise cameo.
Well, that's the funny thing is that he's a cameo in this. He's the only cameo in this movie. Just like in the second movie.
No, he was the Mummy.
Oh, but he did a cameo as the Mummy. I'm talking about as another actor.
No, the Mummy that he
Sandler, he played the Mummy in Bordello of Blood, going against the Crypt Keeper. That's in Bordello of Blood.
Yeah. No. Oh, that was him. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's a demon right there.
That's right. No, I got the intros
mixed up.
Yeah, I thought that intro was also a part of Demon Knight. I watched them so close together.
The ones in Demon Knight is him as a director, and he's got the director's hat, says "Hi, kiddies" and stuff like that. And then the end, he's like, at his what's it called when the premiere and everything else, and he gets his head cut off. That's on that one. Bordello of Blood has a whole thing with the Mummy and Sandler, doing that whole bet with the the cleaver and everything, which I actually enjoy because it was like in some type of like monsters restaurant. You can see like the fucking Bride of Frankenstein in the background, and some other thing and stuff like that. But the sequence was great. It's in the beginning and end, and it's really cool to see the Crypt Keeper. He does the same thing he did in the TV show, but more for the theatrical presentation. But then you also got to go for the gore in this movie, like the first gore scene when you see that fucking head punch through the deputy. What did you think of that? Were you expecting that at all?
That fit very Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
That was very Tales from the Crypt.
It was, but the end of it, though, fit a lot fucking better.
Yes.
Than the actual punch.
Yes.
You're talking about when he threw the head?
Just the whole
when
comedic
he's
scene.
Fucking stuck and he rips the head off.
Yeah.
That whole sequence there, it fit a lot fucking... It fit a lot better with Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
I was talking more about the level of gore.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like super excessive.
No, it wasn't.
It was very TV, hard TV.
You would say that one was hard TV, the head punch?
Yeah, that was more hard. That was hard TV. That wasn't excessive gory for not for an R-rated film.
No, I guess so you can say
especially
that.
For Tales from the Crypt.
In the mid-90s.
Well, Tales from the Crypt was also on HBO, and HBO got away with putting a lot more stuff in their shows. That's why Tales from the Crypt is so good.
They got away with putting a lot more stuff in their shows, but what they got away with was it was a soft version of it was really hard PG-13 is what they got away with. It wasn't they weren't doing
no. There was tits and ass and everything else. One of my favorite episodes.
And that's fine. But what
to me that's hard
PG-13.
Yeah, but also
the
tits
gore
and ass
factor.
is hard PG-13 in my mind.
The gore is a lot less. I mean, not when you think about one of my favorite episodes, Split Personality, which is, we'll talk about our favorite episodes. I already told mine with Joe Pesci. I mean, he gets chainsawed in half, and you see the whole half of him. That's pretty gory for being a TV
but
show.
It wasn't super gory.
So what would you say is
horror films?
What would you say is? I kind of disagree with you on that. I feel like Tales from the Crypt got away. So you're saying that Tales from the Crypt probably could have got away with all their violence on regular TV?
No,
because The Walking Dead does, and that's regular TV.
I'm saying it fit normal Tales from the Crypt level of gore and violence that they showed.
Yeah,
was more than what they could show on normal TV, yes, but not as much as they could show, and they would show in hard R films. It was that in between level, and
so you feel like this one was very tame.
Fit, the gore level fit Tales from the Crypt level of gore.
You don't feel like it was any more extreme?
No.
Oh, okay. How about the special effects though altogether? I mean, like especially when the kid or the Cordelia turns into that like fucking monster and like your mouth gets all big and everything else, or the kid and them
it was
exploding.
very Tales from the Crypt, which is fun.
So stupid.
It was fun.
It was, but I mean, that's
but it was Tales from the Crypt. It was.
Go ahead, Ragnar. You said you think it's stupid.
What he's talking
Outer
about.
Limits. The Outer Limits. Wasn't the Outer Limits TV the movie where it had that kid with the wishing power?
That was Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone. Okay, I couldn't remember.
That was Twilight Zone.
I have so many. That's the anthology series.
That's the one
in my head.
The one with the demon on the plane.
Yeah,
that's Twilight Zone.
Yeah,
and also the one where Vic.
That was a good episode too.
Yeah.
That was one.
No, I'm talking about the movie. I'm talking
about that was the movie.
Yes,
you're right.
No, it's also based on
a Shatner episode. Yes,
where Shatner was the guy.
No, but I'm remembering like the special effects from that movie, from especially the kid with the wishing power, and shit like that, fit very well with the special level of special effects here. And when did that movie come out?
Twilight Zone, 1986. So 1985, 1986.
Okay, so in mid 90s,
that was PG-13.
And they were doing the same level.
It was PG.
Yeah, because that was before they started.
Yeah, because that too.
They were doing the same level of special effects in this mid 90s R-rated film,
right,
as they were doing in a PG mid 80s film.
Okay, I can see what you're saying.
It's still nice, still fun. It's not. Oh my god.
Okay, so it's not like we're Jackass, like how Jackass on the TV show they went to the theatrical to be more extreme.
Yeah,
and it did get more extreme.
This was just
you felt like this was just close
a higher budget episode.
Like okay,
a
I see
higher
what you're
budget
saying.
and longer episode.
I see
that's what this is.
Like
Like
that's
they
exactly
say,
how they portrayed it.
like Star Trek Generate. What's the one right after First Contact?
Second Contact.
Insurrection. They say Insurrection basically is just a long episode,
but a much better effects budget.
Yeah, much better budget.
A much better effects budget.
But yeah, okay.
But this one, I didn't feel like it had a much better effect budget. It was just a little bit bigger.
Yeah. So what did you all think of Jada Pinkett Smith?
I thought she was fine. I really did
for that time. And she was already in. I think she was in Juice, I believe, with that Ernest Dickerson directed. But it was a weird side of like the actors that they had on set. I mean, especially Charles Fletcher
turned nuts.
Yeah, Charles Fletcher and Thomas Hayden Church and all that.
And she was Jada Pinkett Smith at the time, right?
No, she was Jada Pinkett. She wasn't Jada Pinkett Smith yet. Did I say Jada Pinkett Smith? She wasn't.
You may have, but
it's Jada Pinkett.
No,
she wasn't married to Will Smith
I don't remember
like,
when she got married to Will.
Like early 2000s, I believe. I think it was the early 2000s that they got married.
That's when she started cucking him.
Yeah, because she likes to tell him what to do because she's a fucking. I can't stand her.
She's a fucking. You can't stand her.
No, I'm just saying. Well, I was going to say
that was a very incomplete sentence right there.
Cunt. How about that? Yeah, there you go. I can't stand Jada Pinkett Smith. I can't stand Will Smith either. So, but I mean, she was good for the role. I mean, earlier roles that she did. I mean, I remember her into a lot of movies in the past and stuff like that. But she was fine with what she did. Playing all like gangster in the beginning and stuff like that. Looked like because I think she was a juvenile delinquent apparently or something like that.
Work release. So
yeah. So, but Charles Fletcher, the whole thing about him being the postman going postal and then finding empty AK-47s up in that little chest up in the attic.
AK-47s in there.
Was AK-47? What was it?
No, they were not.
What were they?
Those are Uzis.
Oh, okay. I'm not a big gun freak, so I don't know guns all that well. But what did you think of him, Charles Fletcher, as a little postal guy that was in love with Cordelia?
He did the character very well.
And Thomas Hayden Church with his little scene says, "My nipples are on fire." Smoking. Yeah, that was a fun scene.
I think everyone played their role very, very well.
Yeah, they did. The kid was kind of fucking like inside that like tunnels underneath the because it used to be like an abandoned church or something like that. William Sandler as the Demon Knight, though. What did you think of him? Because I've seen him in a lot of roles.
I like him. I do, and I thought he was okay. Was it the greatest thing I've seen him in? No. But was it the worst? Probably not.
What is the best thing you've seen him in?
Give me a second here. I have to go.
I liked him in The Mist. You remember the movie The Mist?
Yes.
He was the janitor in The Mist. He was in Die Hard 2 as the villain. Remember him doing the...
he was great in that
He was great in that as a villain.
Great in that one.
But he's been in so many fucking movies.
Shawshank.
He was in Shawshank. He was the guy that,
Bill and Ted's.
Yep. Oh, yeah. He's the Grim Reaper. Yeah. Which is great. He's good at comedy. I think he's got good comedy relief.
Hard to Kill, The Hot Spot, Salem's Lot.
He was in Rocket Man?
Rocket Man.
Apparently.
Freaked.
Where was he?
Solo.
Was that Encino Man? Is he in that too?
He was in Disturbing Behavior. I'm trying to remember him in Disturbing Behavior.
I don't remember him. It's been a while since I've seen that.
I remember him in Green Mile.
Where was he in the Green Mile?
He was one of the guards.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't. He was the one that had the two daughters that were killed.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
The one that shot the dog. That shot his dog and told about the whole story. No. It was the one with the two daughters. But he was in Shawshank as one of the prisoners. I know that. He was the one that had the whole thing with the Richmond, talking about Marlboro and the Richmond cigarettes. Richmond, Virginia. So, yeah.
He was in Iron Man 3?
He's been in a lot.
He was the president in Iron Man 3.
Huh?
Yeah. Which
he's done a lot of shit.
He is, but what do you think is his best role?
He's been in a lot of movies with Tom Selleck.
Die Hard 2 is where I really enjoyed him the most.
I kind of enjoy him as
Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grim Reaper and Beavis and Butthead, Bogus Journey.
Bill and Ted.
Did I say Beavis and Butthead? Well, technically he is a Beavis and Butthead when you think about it. They kind of relate them to him. No, they've actually said that Bill and Ted are almost like a Beavis and Butthead. They're two dumb guys.
Okay.
But
so are Laurel and Hardy Beavis and Butthead?
Yeah, of that time.
No, they are not.
Of that time?
No, they are not.
I think so. All right, so like I said, there's not really much to talk about this movie other than the demon. He's a collector, and he's coming to get his key, which, by the way, the key does make a cameo in the next movie that we're going to do in Bordello of Blood.
It was supposed to be in a linking item between the original three movies.
Which is funny because in Bordello of Blood, it was like, where did you get that? And he said, haven't you seen the movie? Don't you watch the movies or something like that? Which I thought was kind of funny how they did the cameo, but I really liked how they made the whole story, which is actually, in my opinion, the writing in this movie, it's a horror movie. It's cheesy, but it's fun. It's a fun horror movie. But I thought the whole storyline or how they got, the whole different nights that go through time and stuff like that, getting the blood, and when you die, you put the rest of your blood in there. So here's the story right here.
When I came here tonight, I thought you would be safe. I mean, there are only 5 of you. They need 7. And then he came with Bob and the sheriff. It's like tumblers in a lock. Everything has to line up. 7 stars, 7 people. Yeah. God damn it, I'm not making these rules up. And I didn't ask for this. All right? You want to know what's going on? Shall I tell you? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth.
You're talking Genesis. That beginning?
And the earth was a formless void, and darkness covered the face of the deep. But the darkness wasn't empty. It was full of creatures, full of demons. And they had 7 keys formed into a circle that focused the power of the cosmos into their hands. Until God stepped forth and said, "Let there be light." And there was light. He scattered the demons. And he scattered the keys all across the universe. And we fast forward about 2 or 3 million millennia. Now the demons are back. They got 6 of the keys. And one day they find the 7th key here on Earth. Now to save it, God filled it with the blood of a carpenter who was being crucified by the Romans. And he gave it to a thief named Sirach.
The blood inside. Is that?
Some of it. Yeah. It gets used, you see. Sirach had to refill it. Bad neck wound. Talon. Caught the artery here. Most of what's in here now belonged to a soldier named Dickerson. Gave it to me in France. August 23rd, 1917. Funny how you remember the big dates in it.
Jeez, that would make you, What happens when you run out of blood?
Did you say a talon?
They bring back the darkness.
Just like that.
Is he implying like a bird?
A bird?
Huh? Yeah, is he implying a bird killed Sirach?
No. It's a talon.
Now you know.
Rawr.
Yes.
Rawr.
Most land animals, they got claws.
Tell
Birds have talons.
Tell that to the writer. Maybe the
That's
demon
what I'm just trying to
flew.
think.
So you
Did
think
a fucking bird of prey attack?
Possibly. You never know.
Apparently it
Right?
was.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, so when you're fucking hungry,
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
So
that would suck so bad. Getting killed by a fucking bird.
Yes.
Fuck that.
Depends on how big the bird is.
But what do you all
At all. I don't care.
What do you think of that whole story there? Like the whole thing about going through the cup of the blood of the carpenter and everything of Christ and everything. You thought that was actually? I thought that was actually a fun little story and how it's a
history lesson. For
you.
Which
is the point where I've seen it actually used in other movies before.
So could they use their own blood to refill it before they're dying?
See, that's the thing. That's what I didn't understand because with Jada
that's
Pinkett,
what they did.
No, Jada Pinkett doused herself with all the blood. She used all the blood and swallowed it to kill the collector.
And refilled it with fucking his blood.
Yes.
With the collector's blood?
Yeah.
No, not the collector. With
fucking
Sailor's blood.
What, so she went back to his dead body?
They showed him.
Yes.
They showed at the end after she killed him for the refill, she went up to him and like pushing and like basically used him as a soda machine.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know how I missed that.
Yeah.
I missed that somehow.
So,
okay.
And how much blood? I had a problem with that fucking scene. All right. How much blood that bitch was covered in?
Yeah.
Okay. So
That
she
was
had to do it multiple times and just keep bleeding him like a stuck pig.
That's a good
and it had to have gone into the key first.
But she also had blood in her mouth too.
Yeah. So she's just constantly filling up the key, pouring on herself, filling up the key, pouring on herself, over and over again. I was like, and then he still has enough free-flowing blood after the fight and everything like that to still refill the stuff again.
Yeah, but doesn't blood stop flowing when you're dead?
That's what I'm saying. There's
you have to like
weirdness.
squeeze it out or something like that because it doesn't move anymore.
Not even much. Not much though. It was literally like
basically like what's that thing when you have like
a soda fountain.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I said. Exactly. Well, it's a good idea. I mean, do you think that all of a sudden, oh shit, I'm running out of blood.
It was a cool idea.
I might have to go fill an IV up with blood and then pour it in.
Because she like her immediately, getting on the bus and pouring stuff out. I'm like, man, if you could only refill that from a dying knight, which it sounds like it kind of applies.
Did it say that? I don't remember it saying that.
I was kind of taking it as
no.
that
I think she could put her blood in there because it's her blood mixed with all the other blood.
She's anointed.
Yeah,
but
she's got the whole stars on her head.
Because
it does not say though that like the knight has to be dying to take their blood.
Okay, but because it showed like Sirac, not didn't show Sirac, but it showed what was it? Fisher was the soldier's name. I believe
the soldier that in World War I.
Him dying, filling it up. Sailor, filling up. If at any time, then he could have just Sadler could have just bled himself into the key. Then why wouldn't he just like go ahead and especially when they discover the basement hole and shit like that, say, all right, fuck this, cut his hand open, bleed into it. All right, boom, I'm fucking every square inch of this fucking place is going to get a goddamn ward put on it.
So you think
then just chill until
that's probably a plot
time has
story.
passed,
it's a plot hole,
and then
it's a plot hole.
I'm good.
Yeah. It's a plot hole, but in my opinion,
that's why I thought they were putting an artificial limitation.
Does it really matter if it's dead blood or live blood? I mean, the thing is that I have a feeling that you could still use your own blood because you got to remember that is going all the way to Christ.
Yes.
So that blood can't last that fucking long. I mean, you're going to have to use that constantly if you're constantly being chased by a collector. Because then there was a brand new collector right after Billy Zane died.
Yes, but it sounds like it's only when all the stars align in just the right way that's when shit hits the fan and you need to go in protection mode. You're going to die. You're going to pass along to somebody else. But
there was only 3 nights.
Yeah.
So there was only 3 that were shown. If you think about it,
but in the story, they only said
he only mentions that's all they mentioned was 3. They said, okay, so Sirac, got a talon and stuff like that. When I got it was from a soldier named Fisher. At any time between, it didn't say Sirac gave it to Fisher. It just said Fisher was the one that he got it from. So Sirac could have given it to Joe Bob could have given it to Mary Sue could have gave it to
maybe,
and then all the way throughout.
But you do live basically fucking forever.
But what Sailor said, because we were going to it, is you will live. It could be one lifetime. It could be multiple lifetimes, until the stars align or whatever.
Well,
then you'll fight. And you'll pass it on to somebody else.
Yeah, because he was probably about 100. He was over 100 years old because he was during World War I into the 90s and stuff like that.
See, there are thousands of years though between Christ and when Sailor got it.
I think that's just a plot hole, but I think if you were to think in the movie, I figured you would be able to put more blood in. Just like
I think it gives you that artificial limitation to Otherwise, why wouldn't he just go and constantly be refilling it?
Yeah.
And just a worst case scenario, if you think that's what it's going to do, fine. Build yourself a fucking goddamn a bunker underground. Just you're not going to die.
Yeah.
All right. Apparently,
just live there forever.
So yeah, just pour yourself all over the fucking place. Just constantly, just keep bleeding yourself until every millimeter is covered, and you are preventing hell on earth and demons winning because they can't ever come in there, and you've just locked yourself away.
Yeah.
You've done Knights Templar, Indiana Jones in the in the fucking cup. All right.
So what do you think of the demons altogether? Like the demons is the way they look. Do you think that the look was actually good for the movie?
They were fun, yeah.
The whole
it
skinny
fit.
look and everything else.
It fit Tales from the Crypt.
How about you, Ragnar?
So they looked very Tales from the Crypt, but they looked like that fucking I think early '90s movie where they made a reboot of it, but they turn into giant rats, right?
Rats.
The women, they turn into they're witches, but they look like giant rats.
Oh,
I always blank on the name of this fucking movie.
Yeah,
I'm still blanking on what that is. Rats.
I know what he's talking about.
You talking about witches?
No, I don't think it's witches.
Because I remember when witches turned into rats in that movie, or mice. The Witches or something like that from the late 80s. I don't know.
They turned kids into rats in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also the witches were turned into rats in that one at the end of the movie, I thought.
The Witches, 1990.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, they look like that.
I can see what you're saying. Yeah. That looks, I can see that.
No, except these ones here had pierced nipples.
Well, they also started as like little baby demons. It was cool.
And he
I was
caressed
just taking
them
his body. He was just like,
grew.
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
No, Billy, like I said, Billy Zane was the best part of this movie. I think he stole the show. Yeah, he stole the show. So, like I said, there's not really much to talk about this movie other than the gory special effects, the green blood, which I fucking love. That's why I did the whole drink and everything. Billy Zane was really great in this. Sandler and Jada Pinkett. I like Charles Fletcher in his little short role and Thomas Hayden Church, but altogether, I mean, there's not much to talk on other than that. What is your favorite scenes?
Okay.
Unless you have another thing to bring up.
You said it multiple times, and that's why I'm just like,
did I say a name wrong?
Who's the actor that plays the knight?
Is it William Sandler?
Incorrect.
Sadler.
Right. Sadler. There is no N. All right.
I'll take a spin of the wheel.
Yeah. I
That's fine.
Yeah.
No,
you said it multiple times. I'm just gonna. But you kept saying it. I'm like, it's not fucking Sandler. It's not fucking Sandler. It's not
No, you called it.
It's not goddamn Waterboy up in here, which would make it a different film. And you spun it backwards.
Did I?
You're gonna break it.
Cock block by BAC/BAF.
Yeah, we don't have any of that. Oh, /BAF.
That's what it did. But I think we put the slash in there
For the girls.
for the girls episodes.
All right.
So much smoother.
Because that's the other way. Let's see what we got here. Maybe another self-destruct. Or a cock shot.
You want a cock shot?
I've had enough cock shots.
Grab something yummy.
Oh, okay. I can take that. All right. Shit.
Take it. I mean, you've had nothing with something yummy all night.
Fuck, I'll have this. This ain't bad. So,
diabetes in a cup.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, what is your guys' favorite scene in this movie? Like, what scene really?
His fucking temper tantrum.
That was so good.
Which temper tantrum?
In the beginning.
When he was just like,
when he flies out of the fucking house,
and calls this cowboy shit.
Calls his little demon babies and shit. That whole entire scene right there.
That was really good.
It seems like everything is going to be Billy Zane.
Oh yeah, because he was the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mine is also
by far the best.
And he's very charismatic in this fucking movie, which is what helped.
I mean, even like when he was talking to the whore and stuff like that, and then
Cordelia,
being so loving and like, oh my god, you slimy son of a bitch. Oh,
you did the same thing with you did the same thing with Jada,
but in a totally different way though.
Yeah.
All right.
I love.
You could tell Cordelia was fucking broken.
Oh, she was
broken inside.
She's a whore.
And he was. Oh, I was like, oh, that's so dirty.
I do like that joke. It says, "Get that pussy off the table." And it was like, I was talking about the cat. I've seen her in many movies. She's actually a pretty good actress. I've seen her in. I think she was. Remember her in RoboCop 3?
I think my favorite scene. I would have said probably the little temper tantrum.
Yeah.
But you already said it, so fuck it. I'll go with the one with him and Thomas Hayden Church at the top of the stairs.
Top of the stairs?
With this sponge coming out of his mouth?
And just the way they were interacting with each other.
Is that, like, I lied.
Yeah. Like, and whatever the guy's name was. By the way, I lied.
Roach.
Yeah.
His name was Roach. Yeah.
But nobody kept calling him Mr. Roach.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was just fucking great, especially when he's going up the stairs. He's like dancing right next to the demons, and he's got this suitcase.
He's just having a great fucking time.
Oh yeah, it was great. My favorite scene is the scene with Dick Miller when he's plays the bartender.
Surprise.
But not even it's not even for the tits and everything. It's actually the way that he's in the background and he's just like chewing the scenery and just using that little like ain't nothing up from Uncle Willie or something like that.
Yep.
And he's got that little fucking drink with the demon on it and everything. It was just a great fucking scene. It was just like something that you wouldn't see. But the funny part is when you see, I think it was the kid or something like this, is Uncle Willie, and you just see him putting his hands up because he sees it in the background because he's envisioning it. That scene was great. So, like I said, there's not really that much to talk about. Other it's just a fun horror movie. Yeah. It's good fun. Would you say stupid fun?
I wouldn't say stupid fun. It's just
campy fun.
Yeah, just a B movie. That's what it is.
So I'd say we're good at going into our pilot reviews for Demon Knight. We're going to do our pilot reviews at this one, and then we will take a break and we will go into our next one. So let's go ahead and start our pilot reviews on this one. Ragnar,
what?
You go first.
Cool. 2.5.
Okay. Right down Main Street.
Yeah. What, you thought it was going to be worse?
No, I wasn't sure.
Oh. Do you think it was going to be worse?
I had no idea.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's Tales from the Crypt in a movie.
Right.
You know, the first excuse me. I think they learned from this one moving forward into the next one. And what? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. You don't like Bordello of Blood.
I don't mind it. It's just to me, it's not as good as this one. We'll get into that when we get into it.
It's good.
I don't think so. It's just a TNA.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it's a great TNA. There's a lot of tits.
They're nice TNAs.
Yeah,
so.
Fucking We'll get into that.
You know, it's cheesy. It's campy. It's
next one has a midget. That's a good thing.
I know, that's what made it.
I love him. He was also in Land of the Dead.
Yeah,
as the pimp midget. Remember at the beginning?
Yep.
So yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's not horrible. So,
would you recommend it? Would you watch it again?
I'd recommend it.
Okay, so 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Stu.
Enjoyment 3.5. Critical. I'll agree with 2.5.
Yeah.
It's nothing phenomenal. It's nothing groundbreaking. It's a color inside the lines. Fill in the blank. Thing. It's exactly all right. If you're gonna make a movie, it needs to have this.
Mm-hmm.
Bam. Okay, we did it. Cool. Print. All right. That's what it is. It's nothing great, nothing horrible. Critically, it was fun though, and it was more fun because of Billy Zane just having a great time.
Actually, I would change mine to a 3
for an enjoyment,
just for him.
Yeah. For all right, so a 3 and a 2.5 for you.
Yeah.
And yours is a 3.5 and a 2.5.
Yes.
So, I find those very fair. Actually, those are very good. For enjoyment for me, I would probably do no. This is nowhere near a 5.
This is no Predator.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Predator is still better than this. But I will say this. This is enjoyable. I've always had a great time with this movie. I've seen it many, many times. I have the special collector's editions on Shout Factory, and I even have posters of both movies. I remember even having a T-shirt with the demon, with the earring and everything else, and the ponytail. For the enjoyment for this, I would probably do about. It's a soft 4 for enjoyment.
You think Billy and Jada, comforted each other about alopecia?
That's the thing. We talked about this in another episode. Do you feel like, does Billy have alopecia?
I mean, if he wears fucking wigs at that age, yeah.
Has he ever come clean about that? If he has alopecia,
if he
or he
wears
just went bald
wigs
early?
At that age, that's what alopecia is. It's fucking balding, all right?
So me and you both have alopecia?
Yes.
Well, that fucking sucks. I didn't know that. Then he doesn't have alopecia. If he doesn't say that, so was he just going bald?
No, I'm telling you, you don't have alopecia.
All right, so Stu doesn't have alopecia either.
Alopecia is when you are bald, hairless.
Okay, then Billy Zane is not alopecia.
I disagree. I think alopecia is...
You have alopecia in your beard.
Yeah, you can have different levels of alopecia. All right.
This is Jada Pinkett.
I don't even know how you spell alopecia.
Alpitia?
No. Alopecia.
L-O-P.
I knew we were going to get into the alopecia talk.
Yeah. Hair loss from the scalp or elsewhere on the body. There's different ones. Male or female pattern baldness.
So 50% of Americans have alopecia.
Everybody fucking has alopecia.
Okay. And then alopecia areata, which is sudden hair loss. Those are the one or more circular bald patches that may overlap, which is what I had on my beard for a minute there. That just fucking came out of fucking
Just
nowhere.
be glad that you don't.
I know, it's fucking weird.
Because I remember when you had like patches in your beard, you said you couldn't grow a full beard because you had all like little bald patches.
Yeah, my fucking hair fell out in a fucking little area. I was like,
now
I
it's all
don't fucking
growing.
know what happened. It was there, and then it fucking wasn't.
Maybe it's because you were smoking.
No, I'm blaming Harley. I'm gonna say she was putting nair. She's like, yeah, fuck you. I hate you, Stu. I fucking hate you. Then you have telogen effluvium, a reversible condition in which hair falls out after a stressful experience.
All right, this is depressing me.
Yeah, anagen effluvium, an abnormal loss of hair during the first phase of the hair growth cycle.
We're all bald men here. I mean, all balding men. I mean, seriously, it's just part of life.
It's called balding.
Yeah, it's not. I've never heard of the word or term alopecia. I thought that was actually not for everybody. For anybody balding is alopecia.
I guess.
I mean, I guess for a woman, yeah, because women are not known to have balding.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, it's rare compared to men. Men get it more, I guess.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah. So my enjoyment, I'm going to go ahead and give this a solid 4. For my critical, I'll agree with you guys, 2.5. The special effects are actually not bad for this movie. I think they're fun gore effects. I love that the green blood and stuff like that. You could definitely tell that there's a lot of model work. I mean, the building when it explodes, that's a model. But
that was so stupid.
It is. But I mean, it's
so dumb.
That's why 2.5. That's how I feel for a lot of horror movies. There's a lot of horror movies that can be a low critical rating because, they don't really go for the effects. They try and go for the scare effect and, the gore and stuff like that. And in my opinion, it's like you said, Tales from the Crypt level.
Yeah.
Right? So, soft 4 and a 2.5 for critical. So, awesome. We just finished Demonites. We're going to go ahead and take our break, and we will be starting with our next drink for Bordello of Blood.
Sounds like a fun time.
All right. We'll be right back.
Hey, having a hard time trying to stay up, trying to record these podcasts late at night?
Or are you up late, working, driving trucks, working in the shop, trying to provide for that damn family of yours?
You need coffee.
Well, let us tell you about this one company we got right here. It's called Coffee Bros. Now, they got a very select blend of different roasts: light roast, medium, dark, espresso. Now, each one of these has its own flavor profile.
These two brothers from New York made this amazing company with an amazing coffee that you could order online.
So you just had the espresso roast?
Yes.
And did that thing wake you up?
I couldn't go back to sleep. Oh, man. It was smooth.
Nice.
It had that nice chocolate taste to it. You can just taste the chocolate.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't give you that bite like other coffees do.
Or bitter.
No, definitely not bitter at all. This is smooth, sweet, aromatic. This coffee here will absolutely wake you up when you need it to.
The coffee here is dedicated to freshness, quality, and consistency. Use the code BAF10 to get 10% off your entire order. The link for the website is in our show description. And I'm telling you guys, it's worth it. This coffee keeps you awake, especially for the late podcasting that we do.
Yeah, it's very much needed.
Try out Coffee Bros.
Coffee Bros! All right, guys, we are back with our show, and we got a little message here from Adam, who is checking out our Twitch here. King of the Hoisters says, birds are freaky. I'm with Stu. Dying the bird would be the worst, like Alfred Hitchcock on Greek mythology.
Mm-hmm.
So there goes to that.
Yeah,
it'd be a shitty death.
I didn't say anything. That was between you guys.
It would be embarrassing.
Yeah.
So how did you die? Oh, I got shot. How did you die? I got stabbed in the heart. How did you die? A talon.
A fucking bird.
You're gonna be
goddamn.
You're
bird.
gonna be ostracized by an ostrich because of an ostrich.
So Alizé, the next drink we're going to be doing is Alizé, passion
Alizé.
fruit and cranberry. This is a red color going for the red blood in the vampires for Bordello of Blood. So
Doesn't come out nearly as well. It's more of a pinkish.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
with a light underneath it. It actually, you're right. It is a little bit pinkish.
It's definitely more of a pinkish.
But the bottle looks more red.
No,
I think the bottle
it's
looks
not one of those.
like a dark red. It comes close. So
It's very passion fruity.
yeah, here we go, guys. Cheers.
Go-
It's actually a little bit bitter than I expected.
I
Yep,
like
that's-
that one more than the other one.
I'm gonna have to disagree.
No, I'm gonna have to agree with Ragnar. I like it's not bitter. It's more of like I guess because of the cranberry. It's got a little bit of a sour taste to it.
To me, it's very passion fruity. You know,
What
I'm
is
not
a
big fan
passion
of-
fruit? But no,
It's a
like
fruit of
no,
passion.
Yeah, but I mean, what is it related to? Is like
It's
apple,
a
pear.
semen-covered grapefruit.
Jesus Christ, is it close to a grapefruit though? That's what maybe that's what it is.
He will shows you.
I just don't remember what it looks like.
And plus, this is a liqueur.
All right.
Oh, okay. I see.
Okay.
So that's a passion fruit. I gotta make sure to post a picture on that. So I think that one's better. I could definitely test the cranberry. I don't know what passion fruit tastes like. I've had passion fruit teas and stuff like that, so it's just like a fruity fruit, like a strawberry, citrusy fruit.
Passion fruit and dragon fruit. One, they're
About
two
the same.
totally different things.
They
Really,
are.
two totally different. But they don't have that much taste.
I disagree. Okay. Unless all the passion fruit stuff.
I thought dragon fruit was more
is
like a pear taste.
artificially enhanced tasting.
Yeah.
I'm going to disagree. I mean, I think passion fruit has a very unique taste.
Yeah.
Everything that's passion fruit flavor tastes similar to this, and yeah, I don't like much of any of them. I'm just not a big fan of passion fruit.
So you're not a fan of this one?
No.
Well, you start first. You gave the other one a half a
zero.
thumb. So this is a 0.
Yeah.
So you actually like the green one better than this? Yeah. Okay.
And it's strictly because not a fan of passion fruit. If you like passion fruit, you'll like this.
Do you like cranberry?
I'm okay with cranberry.
Because that's where I taste more in this.
no,
is
I
cranberry.
taste more passion fruit.
Okay.
By leaps
Maybe
and
I don't know
bounds.
what passion fruit tastes like. I always thought it was more of like a fruity flavor, like, citrusy strawberry taste. This I could
not.
definitely taste the cranberry because you can get that little bitterness in it. Because when I first took a swig of that, you could taste the cranberry. So, all right, so you give it a 0.
Yes.
Ragnar?
I give it 3/4.
That's not
It's
bad.
not bad. I mean, I like it a little bit more than the other one.
Do you feel like this would be good in a cocktail?
Yeah.
Like mixed in with other, because the green one, the apple one, I think that one would be great with a rim of caramel on it. Caramel and the apple would make a good caramel apple. This, I don't think I can see mixing with anything other than making a slushy with it. Maybe
More vodka.
Yeah.
Actual vodka.
give it more of an alcohol taste to it, like give it a little bit more of a kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you give,
Or maybe some rum.
what did you give the apple one? You gave that like a half thumb.
Yeah.
So you give this one 3/4. So you give that 3/4. Okay. I'll give it a thumb. It's not bad. I don't mind it. It's something that's going to be in the fridge. Something cold. I'm sure the chicks will like it.
Are you going to give it a toe?
No, I'm giving it a thumb.
Because of the sugars.
Yeah. Well, the diabetes. Yeah. Good joke. Haha.
Thank you.
But yeah, I'll give it a 1. It's not bad. I actually enjoy the cranberry taste. I like the little bitterness taste to it. The red color is more, like you said, right, pinkish. But when I saw it in the ABC store, I saw the green and the red. I was like, that's damn perfect, because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do for this show. And when I saw that, I was like, and it's the same price point, $27. But apparently this one's a lot easier to find, and the green one's harder to find. But I'm glad I got the green one. It looked great for the role. But yeah, that it is. That's the little the vodka flavored. I'm sure during our Halloween party, I'll just put shots of these for the girls, and they'll fucking love them. You know, I think they'll enjoy that ice cold because I'm going to just leave these in the fridge and keep them ice cold. Be good as a shot.
I mean, you like it apparently a lot, so why just the girls? I don't know, for you also.
I don't know. Well,
you gave it a full fucking thumb. All right.
I gave it 1 thumb. I didn't give it 2 thumbs.
So
I gave it 1 thumb.
That's it, a full fucking thumb.
Hey, he gave it 3/4.
That's not a full fucking thumb.
It's close
that
to
means
it.
You like it more than he does.
Yeah, you got a 0.
Yes.
But you like the apple one.
More than I like
your
this.
Your
Yes.
argument is
You
it's not going anywhere.
are the one who likes it the most.
You have no
Apparently
argument.
I don't. I'm losing this argument like 100%. So,
Someone who
Jesus.
doesn't like, fruit drinks. You like this fruit drink?
Yeah.
Just put a fucking like an orange slice in there and an umbrella
And a fucking
and some
dildo.
and some
And
cherries.
then just put it with your pinky off, basically, and drink it like that. Yeah. Okay.
No, it's not that sophisticated.
So when did you find out you like being pegged?
What the fuck?
The first time it happened. Duh.
I don't get pegged. Sorry. That's Stu's job.
To peg you?
Whoa.
No.
That's not pegging, bro.
No, that is straight fucking you in the head.
Yes.
All right.
The fuck, man? We always get into something
I think
different.
you're confused.
Apparently.
Just like your sexuality.
I don't think that means what you think it does.
Anyways, get into the details of this movie.
Gotta keep it fluid, okay?
Bordello of Blood.
He's
a
taking
horror-
the fluid.
Jesus Christ. Bordello of Blood was released on August 16th, 1996. Gilbert Antler's only movie. And he is mainly a producer. He actually produced most of the Tales from the Crypt episodes and also directed some of the episodes. But when it comes to his movie, this is his only movie he's ever done. But he is a producer of great movies. He's a producer of House on Haunted Hill, the remake. 13 Ghosts, he produced that.
Good.
I produced Ghost Ship,
Good.
Constantine.
Another good one. Yeah.
Good.
He also produced Superman Returns and Valkyrie,
Nice.
which is kind of out of the realm of horror, but
Yeah.
still, it's Superman Returns is decent. It's okay. It's not bad. To the Christopher Reeve roots, trying to make it in that vein. But Valkyrie, I mean, you saw that in the theater. Remember that? I fucking love Valkyrie. I think that's a great historical film. But he's mainly a producer, and he's also a writer of the series. The budget of this movie was $2.5 million.
Do you think he directed it because he's like, oh man, I can produce it. I know what's better. I gotta tell these people what to do. I'll show them. Then this comes out. He's like, I'm going back that way. I'm an idiot.
I mean, think of Tom Savini. I mean, he did the Night of the Living Dead remake, and he didn't direct a movie after that.
But he did well with that remake, I thought.
So you're saying this movie didn't do well? Well, here.
I thought the Night of the Living Dead remake fuck done better than this.
Well, no, I agree with you 100% on that. The box office, budget was 2.5. The box office, it only earned 5.6 million. So it was a huge flop. The Rotten Tomato score, the critical score is...
That's funny.
The critical score is 15%.
Yeah.
The user score is 31%. This movie's not loved
So
compared to Demon Knight.
Most people and critics both think that this is not a good film.
Yeah.
Not a good film at all.
Yeah.
That's why I like to stand out.
A subpar film compared to Demon Knight.
That's why I like to stand away from the crowd on things.
Yes.
You never want to be a sheep. Don't go with the crowds.
Yeah, that's true. Most people in America, think communism bad, but you go ahead. You stand off to the side. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So what was the first time you watched this movie?
This one was TV.
HBO?
HBO, probably.
Yeah.
I definitely did not go pay to see this.
Did you have a good time with it when you were young when watching this?
It was okay.
I mean, with all the TNA and Corey Feldman.
I definitely
minus Corey Feldman.
All right.
Would you say this is softcore?
No.
With the amount of
it is one step away from Skinamax.
Because it's a lot of TNA in this movie.
It is one step away from Skinamax.
There is, but there's no...
If they had some simulated humping going on, things like that, and with like cheap jazz,
you talk about Red
saxophone
Shoe
music.
Diary shit.
All right, yeah,
Yeah.
Then that would be right there. But it was soft. It was TNA to the most it could be without being softcore porn.
Yeah. So the actors to star in this movie, I'm sure you guys all know Dennis Miller.
Yes.
There was a Dennis Miller show on HBO. He's a very conservative comedian and everything else. Did you guys watch his show?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was early 90s and stuff like that. I think he does a lot of conservative, I think he's on Fox News actually, and stuff like that. But
I don't think so.
Yeah. I read about that when I was doing the research for this movie. I saw that he's actually a commentator on Fox News.
Never seen him.
it must be like a late night thing or something. I have no idea, but I've seen some of
Or
his
he
stand up.
was at one time.
Yeah,
Was, I would say, yes. Now I don't believe
look it up. I mean, I thought it was more recent.
I think he's I like his style.
I like his stand up. I watched one of his stand ups on
telling jokes.
YouTube and it was funny.
Yeah.
It was funny jokes. But he's a dick apparently.
Yeah.
But most comedians are.
No, you can tell though he's a fucking asshole.
Oh yeah, no, I got some great things about him, but we'll get into the other cast members here. Got Erica, I don't know how to say her name right, Ellen Nyack as Catherine Verdo. She was in Under Siege. She was also
okay.
Yeah, she was also she was in a couple other movies and stuff like that.
No problem showing her tits in that one.
Yeah, no, she's got a good rack too. And the when she pops out of the cake.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We got Angie Everett as Lilith. Now,
Lilith.
Do you know? I know you're going to
Sorry,
say that.
I couldn't fucking resist.
All right, so Lilith. The thing that you got to know about her is she got this movie because she was Sylvester Stallone's girlfriend.
How her being his girlfriend equal her getting this role?
Because Sylvester Stallone was friends with the other producers, Robin Zemeckis, Joe Silver.
Okay.
Joe Silver is a producer of action films. So Sylvester Stallone talked to Joe Silver and her getting this role.
I've seen her in other things.
Yes, but this is the funny thing about this movie is that everybody on set was afraid to work with her because she was Sly's girlfriend.
Oh, go.
People were afraid to work with her because nobody wanted to mess with her because it was Sly's girlfriend. But then in the middle of filming this movie, then Sly broke up with her.
Okay.
Bitches be crazy.
And then she was depressed at the end of the movie and didn't really put in all of her acting for the movie. But in my opinion,
She had
You can tell
much
because
acting
she
at all?
looked disgusting.
Yeah. Huh?
She had much acting at all?
No, she didn't do well on her. She didn't do well on her acting. I mean,
where did the difference start?
I don't know because
All right,
her
'cause
acting sucked, in my opinion. She
Yeah.
got these little fucking one-liners, which I have,
Which is fine.
Yeah.
It's campy. She's not a great actress.
Yeah.
Most people in this film weren't great in anything they did.
Chris Sandron.
Like I said, most people in this film were not great in anything they did.
Chris Sarandon.
Who was that?
He was the evangelist.
Oh.
He played, which is funny because he's in a vampire film and he plays the main vampire in Fright Night.
Yeah.
He also played Prince Humperdinck. You also have Corey Feldman, of course, as the brother to.
Once again, not a great actor.
Not a great actor, but it's fun. 80s. Come on, you grew up with Corey Feldman. Yeah. I can't see any actor well in this movie. Phil Fonderaco as Vincent Prather, the dwarf who plays the key role. Now, we've seen him in many movies. Seen him in Willow. Seen him in I
Have not seen him fucking.
Was it in Time Bandits? No, he wasn't in Time Bandits.
I feel like he'd be too young for Time Bandits.
Yeah, but he was in a lot of other movies where he played a dwarf, of course, in many movies.
Really?
Well, he is a dwarf, yeah.
Really? He played a dwarf in other movies?
I thought he played a really tall guy.
That was stupid.
Oh my God.
That was stupid.
You know what would be amazing?
No, I said that
If we
wrong. That
find
was
out
stupid.
He is a normal dude.
Yeah.
He just plays a dwarf, which would be that'd be amazing acting.
What other movies do you know him from?
That would be amazing.
A
I
dwarf
guarantee
playing.
you he's got really bad joints.
Oh, hell yes.
What are the movies you think
yeah.
you've seen him in that, other than Land of the Dead? He's been in a lot of movies. He was in Willow. He was in Land of the Dead. But there was other movies he was in. I just can't recall what they were. And then we have Aubrey Morris as McCluck, the mortician, which, do you know who he's from? The Shining.
Yeah.
Ghouls.
He was in
Ghouls
Ghouls?
and Ghouls 2.
Ghoulies.
Ghoulies. I call him Ghouls.
Troll.
Where was he in Troll? Was he one of the trolls?
I'm guessing.
Gag.
Garbage Pail Kids.
Yep.
Which one?
I don't know which one he was.
Does it say which one he was in?
87.
Yeah.
No, I know. It's just one of the Garbage Pail Kids. There was like the Croc dude. There was the one that...
I don't know which one he was in. I don't know which one he was.
That is funny.
Apparently, he was in a Mary Kate and Ashley movie.
It was Greaser Greg.
Yeah.
Oh
I don't know who the fuck that is.
Oh, that was the one. The Greaser Greg was the one in the leather jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
okay.
exactly.
Yep.
It's a fun, stupid
Eagle
movie.
Bong.
Never heard of it.
Doll Man versus Demonic Toys.
Yep.
Never seen. So a lot of like B
And
movies.
Demonic Toys.
Yeah, he was a lot of B movies.
He was an Evil Bong.
Yeah.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
A lot of B movies.
The Dungeon Master.
Never heard of that.
Really?
Nope.
Wow.
Never heard of that one.
Adam's Family Reunion.
He might
Black
have played.
Cauldron, Land of the Dead.
Yeah, he was in Land of the Dead. I know
Kiss
him
of
from
the
that.
Vampire, Sweet Jane, The Polar Express, Last Action Hero.
Where was he in
Return of
Last
the
Action
Jedi.
Hero? He was one of the Ewoks.
Something Wicked This Way Comes.
That's an old movie from
I'm gonna
Disney.
get you, sucker.
Yeah,
I remember
That's
him
a
that
good one.
Yeah.
That one's stupid.
spoof movie of the black exploitation movies. Trying to think.
He was in Nerds of a Feather.
Never heard of it.
Neither have I. It's a great title.
Nerds of the Feather.
Nerds of a Feather.
Get together.
Instead of Birds of a Feather.
Yeah,
Nerds
Nerds
of a Feather.
Together.
That's great.
That's definitely you. I think we got what he was in, basically. And then we also have other actor to be in this movie. We also have oh no, that's it. Phil, and then Aubrey Morris as the mortician, which Aubrey Morris was, you know who he is in Clockwork Orange, right? The mortician that, you know, plays with that fat woman and enjoys this. Who is in Clockwork Orange?
Wasn't he the teacher?
The lawyer? That grabbed his nuts
yeah.
When he fell down on the back of the bed and grabbed. That was him right there.
Yep.
I mean, he's in a lot of movies. He's in a lot of Stanley Kubrick movies. Well, you found something shocking?
He was Troll. That was him.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking
The
crazy.
main Troll.
Yeah. The first one's okay. It's a stupid movie, but it's okay. Ah, shit. Where'd my shit go? Okay. All right, so crazy shit about this movie. Dennis Miller. So Dennis Miller was very hard to work with on set.
Not surprising.
Nobody liked working with him. He did not care about this movie whatsoever. It was just a paycheck for him. And when he was told about acting in this movie, he said this is not his thing. He doesn't do acting. He does stand-up. Nobody liked working with on him set, and the point where he actually changed crucial lines in the script, crucial to the plot. So he would ad-lib a lot of his stuff. When you're watching the movie, you could see that he's doing like his little comedy here and there, where he's just saying random stuff, but he changes it, which is something that he was supposed to say that was actually crucial to the plot. And a lot of people did not like working with him because he was like, you're fucking everything up. He didn't give a flying fuck. And when this movie came out, he told people, it's a waste of time. It's vampires, TNA, tits and ass. That's all it is. He did not care.
Was he lying about?
No, he wasn't.
All right, then.
But if you're in a movie,
And
wouldn't
what-
you promote yourself for it?
What could have been crucial to this plot that he did not deliver to us? Was there anything you didn't understand about this plot?
No.
That you're like, man, they should have
No,
really
but I'm sure
explained
there
this.
was better writing, but he kind of messed with it and made his own thing. You could tell that his comedy was all
everybody
throughout.
else's writing was so much better, right?
It actually wasn't good writing.
Exactly.
It's a very
That's
easy.
why I don't think the writing or anything was that important. He was just like, this is not good. Fuck it. I'm gonna ad lib and have some fun.
So
All
you
right,
think
and
it's
try to make it
okay?
better.
So you think it's okay at what he did? But do you think it was okay for him to be a dick on set?
No, definitely not.
That's the thing.
That's on
Nobody
purpose.
liked working with him because he didn't care. You know, he said his own jokes and everything else, and people were like, "What the fuck? That's not what my line is." Corey Feldman tried to work with him, and he was like, "Nah, kid, you go do your own thing. I do my own thing. I do this by myself. I don't need to." Because he said, "Hey, let's go." Corey Feldman actually went to him and said, "Hey, let's go to in the trailer and talk about our lines and go through this." And he said, "Nah, I'm not, kid. I'm fine with this."
Yeah, because they had so many scenes together that
He
they
did the
would have
same
really-
thing about his sister, how he wanted to go hang out with what's her name? The girl that played like the Christian was originally supposed to be a stripper, but the actress wanted to be a professional actress, and she said she didn't want to do that, so she wanted to be a born-again Christian. So that's why they changed that whole story to the plot. She was originally supposed to be a stripper.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out then how would she have had any
Key with the
connection?
evangelist and all that
Yeah.
stuff. I have no idea. All I know is that the originals, they had to change the complete story with the evangelist and everything else. She was originally supposed to be a stripper.
Yeah, it's because she was so important that they changed the entire fucking movie.
She
for
wanted
her.
to be a serious actor,
Like I said,
but then she was in other movies.
They cared enough to change the entire movie.
Yeah.
I don't
know. Like I said, there
all
was
this
a
stuff
lot
coming
of
out,
issues.
It doesn't sound like people cared that much. They're like, fuck,
They
fine.
didn't.
I don't care.
Yeah, they didn't
It
care.
ain't that big of a deal. It's a shitty fucking movie. It's a TNA movie. That's all it is.
Yeah. And
It's
then
not meant to be serious.
And then the whole thing about Angie's the girlfriend to Sly, you know.
She was married to Joe Pesci. You know that?
No.
Yep.
For how long?
6 years.
You know that Joe Pesci did rap albums?
I could see that.
He did. He still has.
I could totally see
he
that.
did rap albums.
Did you give him a fire crotch?
No.
Especially after, after Sly or before Sly?
This was after.
This was after Sly? Yeah. So Joe Pesci had Sly's sloppy seconds.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Wow.
So wait a minute. Pesci was before Sly?
For fuck's sakes, Ron.
No, I missed that because.
Yes, you fucking did.
And then Sly was.
I said Pesci had Sly's sloppy seconds.
I know, I missed
How
what you
does
said.
that mean Pesci was before Sly?
And I even said.
Yeah,
they were married for 6 years.
They were married for 6 years. Then Sly. Then who else after that?
8 years. 8 years. I'm sorry.
Then who else after that?
No. Sly, then Pesci.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And some other people in between.
So she's been all over the place.
Not really.
She's gotten around. She's a model.
Because she had more than 2 fucking partners? She's
had a couple of other people. That's about
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Oh my God.
She's a whore now.
That's Hollywood.
What?
That's Hollywood. That's most couples go through a lot. I mean, there's a lot of divorce in Hollywood where
There
a couple
is,
does not
yes.
last, and then it goes to another one. You know, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
That was doomed from the
Brad Pitt and what's Jennifer Aniston, I believe.
Was it 4 marriages or just 4?
She wasn't married to Sylvester
Yeah.
Stallone. I think it was just boyfriend and girlfriend. Because he
was
broke up with her.
married to one for a year, and then married to another for 4 years.
So she's had 3 husbands.
I don't know if if they were married or just dating.
Okay.
So.
Oh, I thought you said she was married to Pesci.
I may have, and I may have been wrong. Oh wait.
He definitely said she was.
Yeah.
I said she was.
Yeah.
Okay, then I may be wrong.
Okay.
on that. Yeah, it doesn't say if she was.
Okay,
married or
so
not. So either way,
there's 4 major relationships listed.
2 marriages. We'll go 2 marriages, 1 and 2 dating.
All right.
Okay.
And you, in your mind, oh, that's Hollywood. Then just going around a lot and everything.
No, that's true. Hollywood doesn't last. A lot of couples in Hollywood do not last. long.
You're not even understanding the problem I have with your premise.
What's the problem?
That you think 4 relationships, 4 main relationships in an adult's life is an excessive amount.
No, I just said that's Hollywood.
You're making it sound like, oh, that's Hollywood. They just pass around each other, you know, and everything like that.
It is. I'm sorry, but that is
not a lot at all.
Very known in Hollywood.
4 is not a lot at all in an adult.
So what is it? What
fucking
is a lot?
You're actually making her seem like more of a whore.
No, I'm not making her seem like a whore. That's Hollywood. A lot of people don't last in Hollywood.
I know, but you're missing.
How is that? How am I telling her she's a whore?
You're missing what you said earlier.
Okay, well, I go back on what I said about that. There you go. I still feel like it's a Hollywood thing.
To only have 4 fucking relationships as a grown ass adult? That is not a fucking.
She's 2 marriages?
2 marriages.
2 marriages. Okay, well then I'm wrong. Okay, it's not a big deal. I feel because in Hollywood, a lot of actors and actresses go through a relationship.
A lot do.
2 or 3 years, and then they get divorced.
Yeah.
And then they move on and
or
find another person.
get married for 6 months and whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Like Ben
A lot
Affleck
do,
and
but
J-Lo.
also a lot don't. All right. You got how long was Kurt Russell and what's her name fucking married?
Goldie Hawn.
Yeah,
Goldie
they're
Hawn.
married for fucking ever.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
They're not married.
Well, they were partners forever.
They've never been married.
Yeah,
No.
but
They've
had kids together.
cohabitated.
but they were partners forever. And I don't believe they're partners anymore.
Yeah.
No, I think they are actually.
I thought they separated.
No, they're back together.
They got back together?
Yeah, they were even in that fucking Santa movie, the sequel to the where she played the.
Yeah, but
Santa.
I thought they had separated. I didn't know they got
No,
back together.
they were
did.
never married.
They did, but they got back together.
Yeah.
When you're with your partner for
That
fucking
long-
15 years, whatever, I'm sorry, you're
married.
You're married in my mind.
But they're
No,
not
legally
married.
Yes.
No, it depends on
Really?
what state. Depends on what
No,
state.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Depending on
How's
what
that?
state. Depending on what
Common law
state,
marriage
Common
is a
law
thing.
marriage is,
Yeah.
I think, 10 years.
7 in some states.
Yeah.
California?
I don't know in California if they recognize.
I didn't know that was
like
a common thing.
Virginia
So if you're-
used to recognize common law. They no longer recognize common law. But
Yeah.
if you come from a state that did recognize common law, they will recognize common law.
Interesting. I had no idea.
Yeah, but it's once you spend an excessive amount of time, multiple years with your partner, whether you've officially gotten married or not.
Yeah.
You're married.
Yeah.
All right. You're
by law.
Even if it's not by law, you're still, in my mind, you're basically married. All right. If you're making all your major decisions together, you're treating each other, you're raising kids together, you are doing everything. So you are married in everything except for by name.
Okay, gotcha.
All right.
Gotcha.
It's so I'll refer to them as husband or married or husband and wife or whatever, even though they might not be, like in this case, Kurt Russell.
Partners. I mean, or you can go ahead and call it partners.
Yeah,
basically.
So, but there's multiple marriages. Our boy Wolverine. All
Hugh
right,
Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
No, he divorced his wife.
Yeah, just recently though, but they were together for a long fucking time.
They were married.
Yes, for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
All right, so don't say
it's just a common trope in Hollywood.
Trope in
but there
in
are some, there are
it's
Hollywood
a common trope in America.
But I think when you're on the front page of
over 50% of marriages fail the first time. All right, and as the amount of marriages are getting less and less frequent as they happen.
Yes, but Hollywood
All right?
relationships are known not always to last.
They're just publicized a lot more.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, because they're in the center of attention. All
Yeah,
right,
because they're always on the fucking.
I've had numerous relationships that lasted a night, that lasted years.
Oh no,
all
I
right,
have too.
everything in between.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's not out there publicized.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So just to say it's a Hollywood thing, it's not a Hollywood thing.
Yeah.
All right. It's,
All right.
It's a
It's
people
just
thing.
more commonly seen.
Yeah.
It's just more commonly seen in Hollywood.
And the fact that she only has 4 major relationships, that's actually really fucking low.
I mean, one of them
All right.
can't really count because she was married to the person for a year or less.
Yeah.
12
And how long
months
was
less.
she with Stallone?
That I don't know. I mean, all I know is that she was with her when they were doing the movie, and then halfway through the movie, he broke up with her, and then she got depressed. So, and then
She feels like she was in Playboy.
I don't know.
I think she was.
She just feels like
She was.
it, right?
She didn't get
Or
naked in
Penthouse or something.
She didn't get naked in this movie. That's the thing. She's a model.
I don't think she needed
She was just
to.
a model. I mean, not all models get naked.
No, but she feels like somebody that I've seen in like Playboy or Penthouse back in the
She
early 90s.
does. What do you think of her lines though? The lines she said, like "eat your heart out" or "care for a little deep throat."
Yeah, it was corny. It was meant to be
Yep.
exactly what it was.
February 2000.
She was a Playboy.
There you go.
There you go.
She was ranked number 98 on the FHM 100 Sexiest Women.
God, I remember
in
FHM.
2003. Yes,
And she's still.
I remember FHM and Maxim. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. She still looks good too because in the documentary that came out maybe like 4 or 5 years, she looks good for her age. She's a hot actress.
She does look good.
Yeah. She's very pretty. And would you guys actually? It was a question I was going to ask you guys. Would you fuck her?
Yep.
As Lilith? No.
Oh wait, are we talking about Lilith?
Oh, no, definitely not.
Or herself?
As herself. You
As
wouldn't-
herself, yes.
Yes.
Oh, you don't like Lilith?
Huh? I don't.
She was only with
Stallone.
Stallone.
No. I'm sorry, she is not worth that to me. All right.
They were only Stallone and her were only together a few months.
Yeah. It was during the making of the film. And I think the filming of the movie was probably like a couple months. So he was probably they were a fresh boyfriend or girlfriend when they started filming. So
He was knocking the bottom out, and he's like, "Hey, cast her, okay, buddy," and he got what he wanted.
Yep.
Bye.
So what did you think of the opening sequence with the Mummy and the Crypt Keeper?
With so during my rewatches, I rewatched.
You thought that was part of the Demon Night?
No, yeah, but I rewatched this before I rewatched Demon Night.
Oh, you did it in a different sequence.
Yeah,
Okay.
just because I had seen
Which is
Bordello
funny because the
a
keys
lot
in the
less
beginning of the
often
movie.
than I had seen. Yeah, and so then I saw Sadler, as the Mummy. I'm like, huh.
I mean, you could see it right there.
Then I watched Demon Knight. I'm like, okay, that's cool. They did like a little, nod to connect to the first film. And, all right, that's cool. But it just caught me by surprise that they would a main character make into that little throwaway character.
Yeah. I think it was actually pretty neat how they did that. And I thought that his, like I said, the Crypt Keeper sequences are exactly like they did in the TV show. Tales from the Crypt Keeper show, where it had a thing in the beginning and then had a thing at the end. And I thought it was really funny. I thought it was really cool in the whole little restaurant and everything. And they do that little bet. It's funny, and the Crypt Keeper has his little one-liners that he does, and it's great. Did you all think it was a funny sequence?
That was fine.
Before it launches into the movie?
I think it was a little long. Just a little long. It probably could have
thought it
saved
was
like 20
perfect.
seconds.
Really?
It was just a little long.
Okay.
I think it fit the
I thought
time
the
frame
first-
for what
I guess
the Tales from the Crypt show
Yeah.
was and how it started.
Usually about 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I thought that the first sequence was actually overlong. When they were traveling through the jungle before they get over to get the coffin of Lilith.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought that was a little overlong. It could have been a little bit shorter.
But they really had to show a dwarf riding a fucking horse, and that had to be led by somebody else.
Why do you think they casted him in that role? What was the whole point of that?
Ride the horse by himself, which was amazing. All right, we're gonna have these horses.
They couldn't find a mini horse,
but we're
for
still gonna have to walk.
Yes,
we have horses, but we're still gonna have to walk because he can only go at such pace because we have to lead him. All right. Because he cannot control the horse at all.
All right, then you get
little legs,
and then you get to Corey Feldman and the whole ordeal about going to the Bordello, talking to that drunk dude, the one that was like talking really strange and everything else. Do you like sex? The way that he was talking. And then they finally go to the.
He reminded me a lot of Renfield.
I could see that.
You know what he actually reminded me more of? Bugman from Men in Black. The main bad guy? No, the main bad guy from Men in Black. The first one, the bug that takes on the Edgar form.
Yeah.
All right.
Vincent.
Just
I'm looking for a guy.
Yeah. Just that very rough, herky-jerky speaking. And
yeah, but his was like, you like sex? It's just like.
I don't think he had a lisp like that.
Almost.
I don't think.
Do you like sex like that?
Yeah, it sounds a little bit more like it.
Okay, I thought he had a lisp.
I do.
It sounded like he had a lisp.
Asking.
I know
That
you
is
have a
so
lisp.
sweet of him to ask you.
It is.
You're welcome. Sorry, you have a
Are
lisp.
you offering?
No.
Good. I like it when I have to take it.
No, but
Very rapey.
What did y'all think of when they first go into the coffin and they're about thinking that they're going to be set on fire, and then they go down this whole little slide and walk into this whole room, the whole bordello of naked women and the 3-titted women, just like in Total Recall.
Man, that's a great,
No,
awesome.
3 nipple.
Yeah.
3 nipple, not 3 tits.
But
oh, that's right. Yeah.
All right. So,
which actually that was Corey Feldman and her actually started dating while they were doing the movie.
If
the girl with the 3 tits, the 3
there
nipples.
were no 3 tits,
3 nipples. Correction. There you go.
If you're being told to hop into a casket that you see fire, and so you're like, oh, this is gonna fucking burn me up, and shit like that.
Would you
and
do
a dude pulls a gun on you. Are you hopping in the casket, or are you saying, fuck that? I know if I hop in the casket, I'm dead. I am I'll be stuck and being burned to death.
I'd rather
if I fight the dude, maybe I'll fucking live.
I'm whooping ass.
Exactly.
I'd rather take the gun or whoop
fact that they
ass
fucking
because I'm
bitched
claustrophobic.
out and just hopped right into that casket to, as far as they knew and believed, to be burned to death. All right, that was a bitch move.
I couldn't do it. I'd fight the guy or take the gun away from him.
You're claustrophobic, also.
Exactly. Yeah. That I don't even know how the hell I can do that. I'd rather just walk down the tunnel or something like that and just.
Oh, you can't.
I don't think you
fire.
can walk down there.
You could crawl.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah,
but
you'd be crawling
it'd
through
get a little
fire.
warm. It'd be a little warm.
It's gonna be just a tad.
Yeah,
you might just get a little bit of fire on your
So I'm
jeans.
assuming that metal heats up.
quite a lot.
So
you get burned hands and you got girls out at the bottom to take care of you when you get back. So
yeah, that you won't be able to fucking touch because your fucking hands are burned.
You got a point.
All right.
Jesus Christ. Oh, but that scene all together. I mean, what'd you think of it?
And oh my god, your beard would catch fire. It'd be so fucking stinky.
Burnt hair.
It smells bad.
It's the worst.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, none of them bitches would want you. Oh, you'd be all burned up. Fucking weird.
They're just gonna take pity on you and rip your
beard.
fucking
That's all
heart
the
out.
scraggly shit. And yeah, that would suck so bad.
They're gonna eat your heart and say,
Yeah, they're whores. You pay them money. So
Exactly. Like,
they're
oh,
whores.
it's too sugary.
Yeah, but they're whores. You'll pay them money. They'll do anything you want. So it doesn't really matter. They don't care how much.
Oh, you weren't
well
paying
smell.
them. I mean, you paid them with your life, but you didn't pay them.
Or you get deep throated by Lilith.
And you pay them with your
Literally.
car. That was a smart idea of them selling the cars.
It was
for money. That was a good idea.
Yeah.
I was like, that's good. That's good.
See, and it shows that
Versus what they did
Good
like Dusk Till
versus
Dawn.
evil.
And you know, Dusk Till Dawn.
they just throw them in the fucking canyon in the
giant
back.
pit. Yeah, fucking cars. They're like, no, we're gonna make money. All right. And give it to the poor.
Do you think it would have been better if Corey Feldman had his other
Not been in it? Yes.
No, the other dude being the other Corey.
Corey Haynes, yeah.
I think that would have been
cool to see them
I think
two
that would
together.
have made that a lot better. I'm really surprised that they didn't get Corey Haim because he was still alive at the time.
Was he?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know when he died.
Remember, he was in Snatch. Not Snatch, Crank.
What? I was gonna say he wasn't in
He was in Crank.
Okay. When did Crank
Yeah,
come out?
but
I
they
don't
had
know.
a falling out.
Like 2003, 2002.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Did they have a fallout?
They major, yeah.
Well, no, I mean, he said that he was raped by, what's his name?
Michael Jackson.
No. The dude
P.
from,
Diddy.
no, could have been.
Neither one of them was
Major
like
League.
P. Diddy.
Major League.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie Sheen?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what they claimed.
And when filming Lucas.
Corey Feldman actually did a whole little thing where he did an interview.
That's a good movie.
And he
It
said
was. That's
that,
a good movie.
well, they said that he raped Corey Haim.
Yeah. For that quality of movie, it might have been worth it.
The fuck? Wow. Really? Fuck. Holy fuck, man.
Some jokes I have to make, even though I know they're so wrong.
That is wrong.
Oh. Whew. But it felt like a really good joke. It really did.
That's a countdown sequence.
See if anybody else is laughing
I felt
after
like
that.
a good joke.
I don't know. Nobody's watching, so don't matter.
We got one person, but that's probably
Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be live on
good
YouTube.
film. It was a good film.
We're giving up on Twitch.
The little redhead bitch. Yeah, it was a good film.
Good joke. Anyways, so what did y'all think of Dennis? That was perfect. What do you think of Dennis Miller, him being the detective, the way that he talked to the chick and everything else, and how he was with his comedy, especially when he was at the pool table arguing with the dude? I know. What did you think of it? Do you think he was?
I like this film.
You think he was good for this role?
I think he was fine.
I think he fit.
Did you laugh at any of his jokes, or?
I just like the way I smiled.
I felt like he was
wasn't
annoying.
laughing I don't think I was laughing
That
anywhere
was his
in the movie.
whole point.
Yeah.
No, it really was. I think that
because he was supposed to be like almost
he's
like
sleazy,
the hero.
but he's sleazy, but he's not like overly sleazy.
Yeah,
you know, up until the end.
Yeah,
but like he's a PI without a PI license.
Yeah,
which he's right. It's just a piece of paper. And he fit the role very, very well. I like his whole when he first goes into the Bordello and the new vampire bitch takes him into the fucking dungeon.
yeah.
And shit.
That was a funny scene.
Oh no, that was a great scene.
Yeah,
that was a great scene.
No, there's a lot of funny scenes in this movie, and this movie
really fucking big goddamn mortuary. To
Oh,
have
really?
all that hidden in the back area.
That was in the basement.
Yeah, that basement had to have been massive.
Very.
Yeah, I mean,
then it went
there's a
even
lot of
lower.
houses
Yeah.
with big basements.
Not like that. That shit is ridiculous.
Oh, you're talking about where it's got
That's-
like rooms going up into other rooms and everything
Yeah,
else.
you got to figure the amount of feet that feet down it went.
Yeah.
You know.
And then the thing about The first room you go into, the welcome area, or whatever, that's a large ass fucking room.
Yeah.
All right. Then you had the different bedrooms. Then you had the room that felt like a very tall, high ceiling.
You feel like it was another
torture room,
almost like another whole house.
Huh?
It was like almost another old house.
I felt like it was a fucking warehouse almost underneath it. I'm like, that's fucking
Did
massive.
you notice that it looked like it was the same fat dude every time?
It was.
It was, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the Bordello?
Yeah.
Yeah. The one with the long hair?
Fucking fat dude. I didn't look at his hair.
There was another dude with like long hair and he was like shirtless and he was big and fat.
No, I just saw the fat dude.
Yeah.
I saw the fat dude getting dragged around by his fucking collar.
Yeah, but he was still there. He was still alive. That's the thing. So the vampires
See?
didn't want to kill him. I guess they just wanted to fucking cuckold him.
He was
basically.
too fat to get through the chest. All right. Like, fuck. God damn it. Fuck.
They were bleeding him.
So what did you think of the evangelist, Sandrin? I think he did I actually enjoyed him in the role. And then when they start going into the bordello with the fucking super soaker guns with the holy water, that was a funny scene.
That was a fun scene. Yeah. That was a fun scene. Very
Lost Boyish,
action flicky.
It was.
It felt like Lost Boys.
Yes.
And I think that's what it was an ode to. I think that's what it was an ode to because Corey Feldman being in Lost Boys, and then you see him as a vampire, but his lines were fucking horrible. Especially, I mean, he was really cheesy on his lines,
and he really wanted to fuck his sister.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
that's a
his little vampire dick was getting
even before that.
hard.
I felt like the little interaction at the beginning of the film. It felt like he was.
See, I think they were
you thought there was
like
incest,
stepbrother, stepsister, maybe.
It
no,
felt
I think they were real brother and
it
sister.
felt like he wanted to do bad things to her.
Oh, I guarantee he did.
Yeah, I'm like,
what'd you think of the
yeah. And then I just know what he does nowadays. I'm like, oh, you're a dirty fucker. He just feels so slimy.
Come on, you gotta love his guitar solo.
He just feels so slimy.
Oh, no, Corey Feldman?
Yes. Oh,
I know, but if you met Corey Feldman, would you
even did you ever see any of the bullshit show he tried to do where he's trying to rip off basically Hugh Hefner? He's trying to pretend like he's Hugh Hefner.
Oh my
and has
God.
the fake,
I know exactly what
multiple girlfriends.
No.
Remember him in
it is bad. He's walking around like a robe all the time. He's like, oh, we do this, we do that. And like the girl's like,
he is kind of strange looking for an old dude. Like he's got a weird face and
he's just dirty.
He's a small guy. But I'm sure you'd love to meet him.
I would not leave my kids alone with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You feel that uncomfortable around him?
Yeah, just everything about him just screams, oh, this is
wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I'd meet him
I could see that.
just to say, hey,
it's Corey Feldman.
I liked you in some movies.
Goodies.
Yeah, you're cool. Stand by me.
Burps.
But
not enough to put your kid around him to get an autograph or like that.
And I also feel like he rode
the short
Corey
bus?
Haim's fucking, death for his own benefit.
You think that do you think the whole thing's a lie?
I didn't say necessarily all of it's a lie, but I think he purposely exaggerates a lot of shit to make him more center focused.
I will,
and I'm just like,
I'll agree with you.
Everything he does just feels slimy to me since he became an adult.
Well, he's having a good time now. I mean, he's on that Losers tour with Fred Durst and all them and everything, and he was a big, huge thing on Instagram and TikTok.
You've seen him; he is horrible.
Yeah, he does really bad.
He is fucking horrible.
He tries to be like a Michael Jackson rocker, but he's enjoying his life. Go and enjoy your life. I'm not complaining about it. I understand that he is not anything to see, but he is having fun with his life.
I don't know where he gets the money for it. I don't understand where he gets the money for it.
People pay for it. People pay to go see him. It's Corey Feldman. They grew up with him in the 80s. I mean, everybody thinks of his mouth from the Goonies.
They're going to see Limp Bizkit.
That's true. Fred Durst is amazing. I love Limp Bizkit. So
and whoever else is on tour.
The Losers tour. I don't know who else.
He's just like an added thing.
Who else? Yeah, my phone's set up for the thing. Who else is on the Losers tour? I know it's Limp Bizkit. It's either Fred Durst and Limp Bizkit. I know it's Corey Feldman, but I think it's called the Losers tour. I think it's almost over with too because it was during the whole summer, especially when that whole fucking
summer's fucking over.
Yeah,
it's fall now.
The Corey Feldman solo was like a huge thing on TikTok and Instagram. I kept seeing it on my feed. It was crazy.
He's stupid.
I don't see he's stupid. I think he's just enjoying life. I'd leave it alone, in my opinion. If he's happy, he's happy.
Loserville.
Is it Loserville?
Yeah.
All right, so who's on tour?
Little Tour 2024. Presented by Morning Boy. I don't know what the fuck that is.
I remember him a little cameo in Citizen Toxie. Remember that? In Trauma Film?
Bones.
I don't even know what that is.
Nate No Face, Corey Feldman, Riff Raff to join all.
I've heard of Riff Raff. Is that it? Is Limp Bizkit on there? Because I know Fred Durst was a part of that tour.
Yeah, I guess they're the headliners, and then Bones with Eddie Baker and Xavier Wolf, Nate No Face, and Corey Feldman will perform, and the legendary Riff Raff will host and MC each night. So yeah, the only real one is Limp Bizkit.
Which I don't find them losers.
Yeah, little no names. I'm sure some people know them and are fans of some of these people.
So Limp Bizkit is the headliner, though.
Yeah, and it looks like Bones is like the number 2. Nate No Face is the number 3. Corey Feldman is the last. It is like,
hey, people are out there watching him play. So
I don't think anybody.
He can't sing.
I don't think anybody is paying
to see him.
They're paying to see Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, they're like, we're going to go see Limp Bizkit and also Corey Feldman. Okay.
Yeah.
He goes on when like maybe 4 people in the audience have arrived so far.
Yeah.
And that's it. Nobody else has shown up yet. That's him opening up.
Right.
People are still fucking parking in the lot when he goes on. All right.
All right. Well,
and I wouldn't be surprised if he's paying Fred Durst to do it.
Well, Fred Durst, I remember, stands by his little guitar solo because I remember he made a whole thing about it, and it was on TikTok. It was all over the place. It was on my feed for over a fucking week, where it just kept him doing that little solo, which sounded like shit. He was trying to be like a Jimi Hendrix type of solo, and it was just him moving strings. That's all it wasn't doing, really.
Isn't that what playing guitar is?
Yeah, but he wasn't doing a tune.
I mean, you are moving strings.
He wasn't doing a tune.
Okay.
It was just like it was all over the place.
I don't think they told him he needs to like play a tune.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because they have a
Figured
thing
a
called
guitar solo would
auto-tune.
be something like
What's
that.
They have a thing called auto-tune. We think you saying tune.
All right, so what is your favorite scene in this movie? Like, what part gave you? What part gave you a good time?
The holy water fight scene.
Oh, the end, the Lost Boys type of follow up.
Yeah, it was just made me smile. This felt like that was the scene that actually felt like people were having fun.
Yeah,
right there.
It seemed like Dennis Miller was having fun. He was smiling when he was just shooting people and everything else.
What
with
did
the
you
water. Oh yeah. Super soakers are always great, man. I think we all own super soakers. When we
Way
were kids.
more water than either one of those guns held.
Absolutely, especially the little pistol.
And barely any pumping.
Yeah.
There's like 3 pumps.
Yeah,
that's all he needed.
Just like Ron, 3 pump jump.
Yeah,
Yep.
Look,
But you, Ragnar?
it's a condition. Okay,
The condition is called little bitch syndrome.
You're an ass. All right, how about you, Ragnar?
I already said mine.
Oh, I missed it. What was yours?
When he went into the first room with the chick and strapped her to the cage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. All right.
That was just a fun scene in general. And then it would have been the Super Soaker.
Fuck, you know what? I'm gonna have to agree with you because really that scene was the best time. Was the Super Soaker scene when they all were going in there. That is almost like a strong second though. Your scene right there with Dennis Miller, but there was a couple funny scenes with Dennis Miller all together. Like especially the part when he's talking to trying to become the whole detective, but that whole pool table scene with him talking to the guy shooting pool and just annoying the fucking living hell out of him. I enjoyed that scene. That was funny.
Yeah, I don't know what scenes he changed, what lines he changed
throughout the whole movie. You could tell because you could tell that a lot of the dialogue he was just saying random little things or one-liners that wasn't in the script.
Yeah, but and I think it honestly. So I think
that's his character. That's Dennis Miller.
Yeah. I don't know what his lines were supposed to be in the script.
Yeah.
Then.
Oh,
so
you'd have to.
What he actually did in the movie really fit his character though, as a smart-ass
As Dennis Miller.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Well, the thing I'm trying to figure out is why they went with Dennis Miller in the first place. I guess they just wanted a
They
comedian.
couldn't get Dennis Leary
because he was.
So they grabbed the other Dennis, the other white Dennis.
That works.
Couldn't grab Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Would have been even worse of a film if they did.
It really would have been. It would have been like his movie.
No, I mean,
It's not good.
Like I said, when it comes to Demon Knight, when it comes to Bordello of Blood, there's not much to talk about. There's just the random scenes. It's fun violence,
Yes.
fun little. There's really very little plot to this movie. It's a vampire. The whole little thing where there was a thing about the money and trying to get the business with the evangelist trying to use the money. I didn't understand that whole thing. Did you?
Yeah, he was using the money, one, for charity because he was trying to do God's work, but also two, to spread his ministry. He was a slime bag preacher, but I don't think he was a. They could have made him slimier. They could have made him all.
But he wasn't, because he kind of turned like almost like a.
No, he was. I
good
believe
guy.
he legit was trying to do good things.
Yeah,
but he was also an asshole.
Yeah.
So everything I think he was doing was
But it
coming
was a
from a
common
good
trope.
place
It's
that
common,
just got kind of twisted around.
It was a common trope with evangelists because evangelists,
Yeah, but no,
more
a lot
money
of
grubbing.
evangelists say they'd come out and would be these money grubbing fucking whores.
Yep.
But they're also then doing everything wrong underneath the sun behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
It really didn't seem like he was doing wrong stuff necessarily, except for, in his mind, killing sinners. That's what removing dirty sinners.
Yeah.
And then selling off their shit to donate to the charity and stuff like that. So he was still doing good things.
Yeah.
In his mind.
Right.
Versus a lot of these other slime bag, super preachers and stuff like that. They're out there raping, fucking taking their parishioners' money, damning homosexuals while then doing homosexual acts.
Yep.
It's like that everything
it's a
was
common trope. Yeah.
Yeah. He wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. He was.
No, he did a good job.
Yeah,
And it's really cool that they got him to do the role being the main vampire in Fright Night.
Yes.
Because I thought he was great in Fright Night. Fright Night's a fun film. That's another fun film from the 80s. So I think we're pretty much done with
Who
this.
would have won in a fight? Him or was it Colin Farrell who did the remake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which vampire would you think would have won in a fight? Colin Farrell or his vampire?
His.
Yeah,
the original. I think he was more powerful. Colin Farrell was just more for the looks.
He seemed powerful.
Oh.
I mean, you go for the Colin Farrell, then go for Colin Farrell. I think the original was better.
I might.
I think classic. How about you, Ragnar?
I say Colin Farrell.
There you go.
Who's your favorite character in this?
Oh, you want to go for characters? Shit. I mean, not really many. You know what? The Evangelist.
Okay.
I liked him. He was fun. I had no problem with him. I liked the part when he was hiding inside the when they were on the strip bar and trying not to get seen. He's like got a hood over his head and everything. I enjoyed him. I enjoyed it. It sucked that he died, but it's a common little horror movie. There's going to be one of the guys that dies and stuff like that. But I liked his whole Southern accent that he did. It was fun. I enjoyed him. He was my favorite.
Okay.
Dennis Miller's character. He fit the role very well, and like I said, I don't know what the script was supposed to be for him.
Yeah,
but I think his lines fit his smarmy snarkiness.
Yeah,
I think he did well with it.
Yours?
Probably the Undertaker.
The one that loved to play with his body.
I mean, he
That
was
little
just
fucking pervert.
he was, but he was having fun.
The fat shit.
Fun being a fucking pervert.
Yeah,
And no
he
matter
was
what
like
he was
getting
being a pervert,
high.
he
The
was talking
fucking
about,
gases from the dead
he said
body.
he would join them if the
fucking hell.
the house wasn't so fucking
Shit
busy
was-
tonight. He'd be in there fucking them too. When Corey Feldman and his buddies showed up.
So you thought he fucked fucked the dead bodies?
Oh, I'm yeah,
Guaranteed.
100%.
Oh yeah,
100%.
He gets high on their gases.
But he was also just. It seemed like he was having fun no matter what he was doing.
Yeah.
Answering the door, talking shit to Dennis Miller when he wanted to come in, and then them basically having that coded talk the entire time.
I thought his death was great.
Yeah,
When he gets hit by the car, he just been put aside. I thought his death was wonderful.
He did seem like he was really enjoying his job.
Yeah, well, he was also a Stanley Kubrick alumni.
There you go.
So there you go. So, all right. I guess we can get into the Pine reviews. But before we get into Pine reviews,
Okay.
which movie do you prefer?
Demon Knight by far.
Okay. So you and
By far.
and why is that?
because it's a better film. It better acting overall. I mean, I guess better effects in Demon Knight. I'm just trying to think. I mean, Bordello, there wasn't super effects driven. I mean, you had them when they're melting and catching fire, but
all that was very cheesy.
Yeah, I mean, when the opening thing when she's turning from the skeleton to the fully alive Lilith,
I thought it was good.
It was such hard cuts in between the different evolutions of her.
Cheese in the 90s. That's how I saw it.
But that to me, I mean, it's like very very cheap. Everything was.
But I think, do you think that was what they
about it was?
Do you think that was what they were going for? Do you think they were going for cheap, or do you think because they didn't really have that big?
If
of a
they
budget?
were going for cheap, I think they may have succeeded, but they felt like they weren't purposely going for it. They felt like, oh, this is good enough. Fuck it, let's roll. Let's go to the next one.
Well, this
Fuck
movie
it,
was
let's roll. Let's go to the next one.
This movie was such a big flop.
They didn't give a. It didn't feel like anybody gave,
and it showed
any fucks,
and it showed
versus Demon Knight, where it felt like people were having fun.
It was. That's the thing.
So
They were all. There was no problems on set with Demon Knight.
Yeah.
There were so many problems on set with this one, and this movie flopped so bad that the third one that they were planning on making didn't do well. It was more of a direct-to-video release.
This isn't even what the second one was supposed to be.
No, the first one, actually, I don't know if you guys saw it, and there's a end credit sequence in Demon Knight where the Crypt Keeper at the end of the movie, after the titles, Goo told me it was in Bordello, but it wasn't. It was actually in Demon Knight.
Yep.
And he says, prepare for my next movie that's coming out. I don't even remember what the name of the movie. Dead Easy.
Yeah, it's supposed to be zombie voodoo stuff in New Orleans.
So they were doing. So that's what Ritual was.
No,
it was close to it because that was.
They came out years later. So they actually had a full script and everything. And it
did it ever get made with a different, not Tales from the Crypt name?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't understand that.
It didn't get made.
Bordello of Blood came out a year after Demon Knight.
Yeah,
because it was just thrown together real quick.
Yeah,
yeah,
cash grab for him.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you prefer?
By a hair, Bordello of Blood. Not much, but it is a hair.
Disappointed, didn't you?
Such is life, man.
Yes. Demon Knight. Demon Knight is the best one. I mean, you know what? I've always said how much I didn't really care for this movie, but watching it again, it is stupid. It's not a well-made movie, but it's fun. It's a fun, good TNA, vampire, gore, stupid lines, but it's a fun movie to have in the background. I can have that in the background doing a Halloween party, and people would probably have a good time seeing that. But Demon Knight is by far better. I think it's got a better story. I think Billy Zane really knocked it out of the park, basically stealing the scenery in that movie. And even as actors, I don't even care for Jada Pinkett, and I didn't mind her in the movie. I like Thomas Hayden Church in his little short role that he did. Cordelia, Charles Fletcher, all of them. Demon Knight's better. So I guess we can go into the pint reviews for this. We pretty much talked both about these movies. Like I said, there's not much to talk about. They're horror movies. They're cheesy, but they are good for the Halloween season, in my opinion. These are good for any time of the year, but they're good. It's Tales from the Crypt. When you watch them, it makes you feel like Halloween, especially the scene where he's inside that hotel. You see the Bride of Frankenstein in the background sitting at a table. It's like, this is very Halloween-like. So let's go into our pint reviews. I'm going to let you go first, Stu.
2 and 2.
Wow, that is a complete difference from Demon Knight.
Yeah.
2 and 2.
Yes, it is.
Explain.
I don't think nearly enjoyable. I think the acting is not good across the board.
Even Dennis Miller.
Dennis Miller is just, he's not even acting. He's just Dennis Miller.
He's doing his comic.
Which is fine. Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming they cast Dennis Miller.
If you had to pick an actor that did the best acting in this movie, who is it? I say Sandrin. I say The Evangelist. I thought his was the best.
I might have to go the mortuary guy.
Really?
The Undertaker. I might have to go.
Jesus Christ.
Because I really don't think that actor wants to fuck corpses, but he made you believe his character wanted to fuck corpses.
I think he does.
That is some acting.
I think you're wrong.
That is some fucking acting. All right.
All right. So 2-2.
Yeah, 2-2. It is
very simple.
I mean, yeah, you have in the background people like, okay, yeah, tits and ass and vampires.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But would you watch it again?
I did. I did watch it again.
No, but would you recommend this movie to watch?
Probably not. I'm like,
All right.
there's so many films that are better than this that in all of our lives we have such limited time, and why do you want to spend it watching this?
No, that's completely fine. So 2-2.
Funny.
Ragnar.
3 and 2.5. Same as the other one.
Okay. So you're saying they're equal.
He says he prefers it by cutting hair.
Yeah, because I remember you said Demon Knight was 2.5, and then you raised it up to a 3. So you're putting this at 3 and a 2.5 also.
That's exactly what I said.
Okay. Reasons?
I enjoyed it a little bit more.
But just sits an ass.
That's all it is to it. I thought Demon Knight was just a little bit slower.
You thought it was a slower storyline?
It was a little bit slower
okay.
than this one. But Billy Zane made up for it. This one here is a little bit more faster paced, which was fine.
Who's more entertaining, Dennis Miller or Billy Zane?
Dennis Rodman.
The fact you had to think about that.
Maybe on his off-court antics, or even his skill on the court.
Yes,
sure, more entertaining. But yeah, acting definitely not.
I know. I mean, Billy Zane's fucking one-liners and shit. And
Dennis Rodman married himself.
Huh?
Dennis Rodman married himself.
He's a strange
I'm not
dude.
surprised.
Strange dude.
So. Yep.
All right. I'll finalize my Pine review here. Enjoyment, I would give this a 2.5. 2.5. Critically, a 2. Would I watch it again? Yeah, I'd watch it again. If I'm in a mood to watch cheesy horror movies, I'll watch this. But I'll watch Demon Knight first.
Hold on. You're in a mood to watch cheesy horror movies. All right. Reanimator.
Reanimator's better than this.
By far. By leaps and bounds.
Yes.
That's my fucking point.
Yes.
There's so many better cheesy movies that you could watch than this. So why would you waste your time?
Because when it comes to the Tales from the Crypt series, I enjoy the series, so I enjoy Demon Knight. So if I watch Demon Knight, I feel like I have to watch Bordello of Blood. Just like I have to watch Ritual, which that one...
That's just kind of like...
So which one's better, Ritual or Bordello of Blood?
Bordello.
You think Bordello is better than Ritual?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know.
Garbage.
It is. It's a little bit more serious too. It's not as
Ritual.
There's no
garbage.
There's no comedy in Ritual.
No,
it doesn't even feel like a Tales from the Crypt movie.
Garbage
or episode.
It is a movie that thinks it's being a really scary horror serious movie.
No, it's not,
and it's failing.
You know what it's trying to cross the line of is The Serpent and the Rose.
Yeah, and it's not doing.
No, Wes
doing
Craven's is better with that one. But I guess I wouldn't recommend this, but I'll still watch it with Demon Knight because it's the double series. It's not really well made. Dennis Miller's got some funny lines here and there, but you can tell that he didn't care about the movie. You can tell that he didn't care to be there. There was a couple times where I felt like he had fun, especially the Super Soaker set like that. He was really looked like he had a good time, but other than that, Corey Feldman looks like he was having a great time. Corey Feldman is just glad to have work, I guess. That was the one thing about the film is he had work, and then he didn't get any work after that because the movie was such a big flop. And he was like, "Yeah, nobody called me after this movie."
They weren't really blowing up your phone right before this movie either. No, they weren't. All right, so yeah, don't blame this fucking movie.
But I thought
blame yourself.
I thought Lilith was good to look at. I mean, the TNA is always great. I mean, it's vampires. I thought the Morticianer. He was strange. Seeing that scene with him playing with the fat woman was a little like, I completely forgot about this scene. Yeah. Like, I don't remember that scene in the movie for some reason. And just pushing on the girls, like getting high on the fucking gas fumes.
You want to block it out.
Oh, it was.
That's just how good of an acting job
it was. It was good. No, I gotta admit, it was. But when I say it's like entertaining, no, I wouldn't say that.
I'm praying it's an acting job.
Jesus Christ.
Otherwise, he needs to be arrested.
Yeah.
Now.
So 2.5, 2. It's Demon Knight is by far my preference. I think Demon Knight is the best out of the series. Ritual is way at the bottom. But then the series also is outstanding.
Series is fun.
A lot of great episodes. And I'm going to ask you, I know you said that you can't remember an episode.
Not to save my fucking life, probably.
Can't remember an episode that you loved.
It's been over 2 decades.
Okay, well, Ragnar, what was yours? Your favorite Tales from the Crypt episode?
Hold on. Where'd it go?
Oh, you had it on your phone?
I did. Then I fucking lost it.
There were so many anthology series.
You remember the one when Schwarzenegger directed one? He was a guest in the Crypt Keeper's crypt. Yeah, Schwarzenegger.
It feels familiar.
Yeah. My favorite episode, while you're looking that up, is Split Personality with Joe Pesci.
No, that's what it was.
Yeah, Split Personality with Joe Pesci when he marries these two twins to the point where he acts like he has a brother. He puts a ponytail on him, and the twins cut him in half with a chainsaw to the point where they're both in bed with the other half of Joe Pesci on each side. He plays this whole like mobster role. He's got the whole mobster language, like him from Goodfellas and stuff like that. I really enjoyed Pesci in that, but Split Personality would be one of my favorites. It's a really fun little episode.
Was there one where there was a Siamese twin?
Yeah. I don't remember. I remember there was one taking place in Egypt. I remember there's so many episodes. I mean, it ran like seven seasons.
So yeah, it's a lot.
What was yours?
What's Cooking?
With Christopher Reeve? That's a good episode. You remember that one?
No.
The diner where
your memory sucks.
For this one,
basically,
I don't know why.
Basically, the diner was going under, and this guy comes in with a new idea for steaks.
Yeah, it's a dude from Breakfast Club.
And it's basically
Bender.
they're fucking slicing off human flesh that they hang in their fucking meat locker and cook it up and serve it.
Yeah.
So long pig.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Christopher Reeve was like the guest because it's just the same thing with a lot of episodes. Yeah, they had a lot of celebrities. Just Miami Vice. Miami Vice also had a lot of celebrities that cameoed as in certain episodes, but in Tales from the Crypt it was the same thing. I didn't watch Love Boat.
It had a lot of celebrities.
Probably did.
It did. 100%. Fantasy Island also had a lot of celebrities.
Some good celebrities.
I mean, at the time.
Wasn't that an 80s show though? Yeah. Or 60s, 70s?
80s, I want to say. Early 80s.
Gilligan's Island.
Celebrities. Yeah. They had the fucking goddamn why am I blanking on the name?
Globetrotters.
Thank you. You knew exactly what I'm fucking talking about. All right. So don't fucking laugh at me for my shit. You get it.
Anyways, you know what? This was a fun episode. I actually had a lot of fun with this. I really appreciate you guys being a part of this. This was, I said, this wasn't anything crazy like your Night of the Living Dead was. That's a masterpiece in film, as horror and stuff like that. This is cheesy horror right here. I picked something easy. And I already have my plan for my next year's film, which is going to be...
fuck off.
All right, I got mine's ready. Return of the Living Dead.
Fuck off.
Return of the Living Dead. Okay. That's a classic right there. But no, I'm just glad that we were a part of this, and thank you guys. This was so much fun. So that is the end of our episode. The next episode to drop after this one is 28 days and 28 weeks later, which Ragnar is hosting.
A lot of double features.
Yeah.
A lot of double features.
All except the Halloween episode, which is 13 Ghosts, one movie. Everybody else has got double movie.
All right.
So, good.
Looking forward to it.
It's going to be fun. I've never seen 28 weeks.
28 days was a great
28 days was good, but it's 28 weeks.
Oh, it's fun. I'm going to say
because I've never seen
it. It's good. It's good. I don't want to use the word fun. But no, it's good. It just 28 days sticks out to me so much more because
it does.
How much it turns everything on its head. You at the time, it was so different. Than what was being done. And it just took the genre for a totally different change. The way like Shaun of the Dead took the genre a different direction. And I give credit to it.
Well, we're looking forward to that. Looking forward to Ragnar's episode next week for our Halloween series. And then we have Terrifier 1 and Terrifier 2, and then our finale with 13 Ghosts. So that's the end of our episode, guys. We will see you all later.
Bye.
No, you won't.
What is up, everybody? We got Goot here. This is the little bonus to our little episode here for Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight, and Bordello of Blood. Goot wasn't able to make it for the episode, but he's here for our pint reviews, which I'm really excited to hear about. And he also has one drink that he was able to get a hold of because he couldn't find the demon blood drink, so he got the vampire blood drink. So we're going to go ahead and get his review of that drink, and then he will do the pint reviews for both movies and which one he prefers. So, Goot, glad to have you here, buddy.
Here's to you, Uncle Willie.
Fuck yeah.
No,
I love your getup, man.
Adventure. What?
I love your getup because it's one of my favorite parts of the movie with Billy Zane. Seriously. One of my favorite parts.
I wasn't going to shave my beard off. I thought about it, but I was like, nah.
Oh, you're going to go with that extreme? Jesus Christ. No.
Cosplayer does it best.
Well, shit, man. If you had your beard and then you got the bald head, it works perfectly. So there you go. I'm not that extreme. I can't do that. I will never shave off my beard. Fuck that.
Unless you get paid for it.
Hey, if I got paid $1 million, I will shave off my beard. I will definitely take that in a heartbeat.
So you got the Lee's, the Red Passion, I believe it was.
Yes.
So I went to like 4 different ABC stores in Virginia to find the green bottle, the Apple version of this.
Mm-hmm.
And so they didn't have it. So my one that I always go to, ABC store, the manager, I'm good friends with him. I was like, can you look up to see where the nearest location for this is? And he's like, I got you, buddy. So he looks it up. And he goes, you want to go for a long drive? Because that mess is in Fredericksburg. I'm like, that son of a bitch. Aaron, fuck me. Ron, you set me up.
Wow. You get a spicy boner already. Jesus Christ, Goot. Wow.
Here's to you, Ron.
Yep. Okay, I'll go ahead and spin the wheel for you, buddy. Let's see what you got here. Of course, you got to see what happens if it's you have any mini bottles if you get a barrel of punishment?
I'll call for a shot. I'll do a shot of Malort, whatever.
Yeah, it might have to end up being that because we might be landing on stuff here or... Oh, you got grab something yummy. You lucky fuck. You got grab something yummy, so you really aren't even getting punished. Man.
To the bit, to Malort.
Well, there you go.
I will drink Malort.
Oh, you know what? I'll do a shot with you. Give me 1 second. I'll get a shot glass.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. So always funny. I always try to go on my way for finding stuff the liquor wise. Always try to find something new. So I was definitely surprised. All I could see was the Red Passion, the orange one or yellow with the pineapple one.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a blue one, and like I was looking for that too. But
there was a blue.
My adventures. There's 4 different colors.
Really? I didn't know that. They're not that much of an alcohol content though. That's one thing we found out. I think it's only like 16%. And after you do your review, I'll tell you what the guys gave for the review on the other ones because it was different. But here's the BAF and Goot.
Something yummy.
Oh yeah, here we go. What a great way to start the morning.
Oh yeah.
All right, so hopefully you didn't ruin your taste buds before you're about to drink that drink, but I don't know. I'm curious what you think about it. So.
Not bad at all. That's reminds me of like Kool-Aid, but like a little bit. I could taste the alcohol.
Mm-hmm. Do you get the cranberry taste to it?
I get the Kool-Aid taste to it. I only get cranberry. I got a picture like red, like the orange, the fruit punch Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
See, the thing about that drink is that it's passion fruit. And I think it says passion fruit and cranberry. So that's what and when I first drank it, I tasted the cranberry. I tasted a little bit of the bitterness and sourness. I don't know what passion fruit tastes like. I've had passion fruit drinks. It's more of like a strawberry citrus drink or something like that. But what do you think of it? What's your...
For you, Burley, I've had lots of passion in my life. It's a funny bit. I really like that. I could down that whole thing. That's dangerous. I could actually mix up different cocktails and just have fun with it.
Oh yeah.
It's not a 2, but it's definitely I think a strong 1.5 for me.
1.5. Okay. All right. Actually, I think you gave it the highest review out of everybody. I think Stu liked it better than the apple. He said that the apple one, because the green one's an apple flavor, and as soon as you smell it, you can smell the apple. Ragnar thought it smelled artificial, and they both tasted it. They didn't care for it. I think Stu gave it like a 0, and I think Ragnar gave it like maybe a half a thumb, from what I remember, or maybe a 0. I don't know. I gave it like
I think a half or a 1. And then the passion fruit, I gave it the highest review. I think I gave it like a 1 or something like that. But Stu did like that one better, but he only gave it like a half a thumb. So
Right.
you gave
It's
it the
very sweet though. It's very sweet. I like sweet drinks, and like I don't know, it's tasty.
Yeah.
I definitely drink it again. I'll drink the whole bottle. So
It definitely works for the episode because I went with the green one, and with the light underneath the bottle, it looks exactly like the demon blood. So that got props right there. The passion fruit, they were a little bit antsy on it because they said it looks more of a pinkish color. It doesn't look as much red. So I don't know. When I saw it in ABC, I saw red and green. I was like, Demon Knight, Bordello, Vampire, and Demon. I mean, it was like fucking perfect. Because trust me, I had a fucking hard time trying to find a drink. But it worked out, and it was a success. It looks good for the show, and not as high reviews as I expected, but you know, it's a vodka. It's a French vodka. I mean, that's basically what it is. And it's hard to find, apparently. And now that you told me that there's a blue, what's the other color other than blue?
those is just the 4. This like the yellow orange one, or it's more yellow than apple, or passion fruit. So yeah, yellow, green, red, and blue.
I wonder what the blues flavor is, like blue curacao or blue raspberry or something.
Probably blue raspberry.
Oh, okay. That's weird. Okay. All right, so we got your review for the drinks. So Demon Knight was the first one we reviewed. So give your pint reviews of Demon Knight.
You want to start there first? Yeah, it's blue passion.
It's blue passion, so it's probably raspberry. It's like blue raspberry, most likely.
Yeah. Okay. So jumped off right to there. So I mean, so Tales from the Crypt has a special place in my heart. I grew up with this. This is as Stu told in his beautiful, wonderful episode for Night with the Living Dead. Of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead, yeah.
He said that's what brought him into horror. And ironically enough, this is what brought me into horror, Tales from the Crypt. I was about 8 years old. I used to always, when the Sunday paper came in, I would be so excited to get the TV guide. To get the little, do you remember the pamphlet you look through to see what schedule the TV was?
Oh yeah, that was like
TV
back.
Shows?
Oh yeah, that's like back then when you see the TV guide on the cash register and stuff like that. You go through it to see what was on. Oh yeah, I remember those days.
I'd get that. I'd be so excited just to look to see what was scheduling, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw Tales from the Crypt on HBO, and that was a special channel. Like my TV, the TV they had was my dad's room, so I'd pull the switch out and move it to my bedroom secretly. So because I couldn't watch HBO, so oh man, it just blew me away. Just the creative storytelling, I love that they can take a different story and like format it to like, to an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, and like the different creativeness they can play with it.
Oh yeah, I was actually going to ask after the pint reviews on what your favorite episode, but you can go right into it because now I'm curious what your favorite episode is.
Yeah, so for me, it's the episode with it's called People Who Live in Brass Hearses.
Okay.
So that one is an iconic episode because it has Bill Paxton in it. It's his death still hurts me. I think about it about once a week, just about him, and like, man, he went away too early. Like I'll never forget where I was. I was in Olive Garden. Then I got the news he died. Like I was devastated. So you have him.
I think he died on the surgery table, didn't he? Because he had he was getting like heart surgery, I believe.
Yeah, bypass. Yeah.
He was only in his 50s, I think. He was young.
Yeah, it still sucks to this day.
It does.
But so he's got Bill Paxton's in it, and you have Brad Dourif in there, and those two are like they're both like ex-convicts. Like Billy, who's Billy Zane, or Bill Paxton, he plays Billy. He's ex-convict. He's mentally, and his Virgil, who plays Brad Dourif.
Yeah,
he's mentally challenged. So they go on a plot revenge against an ice cream truck driver.
Yes,
who sent Billy to prison.
I think I remember this episode.
So it's just a dark humor. I love it through the storytelling, the snappy one-liners, and just seeing them two together.
Yeah,
it's just priceless. There's a special cameo with Danny DeVito.
Mm-hmm.
I love, so it's special. It's just the themes of great consequence. It's just so beautifully told, and so it's so Tales from the Crypt, that cheesy campy side to it.
Oh yeah, no, I mean that's what I love about Tales from the Crypt. And you remember that episode that Arnold Schwarzenegger directed, where he was a guest with the Crypt Keeper.
Yep.
Yeah, I used to watch Tales from the Crypt
so
also.
Young.
I fucking love the series. Yeah, dude, there's so many people, so many actors that have been through Tales from the Crypt and everything else. And I believe. Go ahead.
So yeah, so to that, like Brad Dourif, at one point you can hear him laugh like Chucky.
Oh, that's great.
During the episode.
Yeah.
And in the beginning of the episode, Brad Dourif, he's reading a comic book, Jesse James versus Predator. Oh, that makes me so happy. So yeah, in the beginning of the episode, Brad Dourif is reading a comic book, Jesse James versus Predator.
Yeah.
And Bill Paxton, played in Predator 2. He fights the Predator, dies. But I love that little in-depth stuff behind it. I love that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Great episodes. And the fact that they made movies out of them is great. Now, I don't know if you knew the information. You know that there's a third movie called Ritual.
Yeah.
Did you know that From Dusk Till Dawn was actually supposed to be a part of the trilogy?
I didn't know that. I was
They tried to get Tarantino, but Tarantino wanted too much money, so it didn't work out. But the story.
Go ahead.
No, that's just it. That's the whole story was going to be a part of that, which is weird because Bordello of Blood also deals with vampires. So I think, and also the whole thing about Dead Easy, which was the end credits, which never came to be. But yeah, From Dusk Till Dawn, man. Do you think that would have been good with the Crypt Keeper in there?
I don't know. I like the direction that Tarantino and Rodriguez went with.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that they went that way. They get George Clooney, who was mostly a TV and the ER actor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he did such a great job. That movie still holds up and it's still great. But yeah, the Dead Easy part is, AKA Fat Tuesday, when it takes place in New Orleans. So I wish I would do anything for like more stuff like this. I know currently on Shudder they have Creep Show and like they have like Christmas specials and they're trying to use the Tales from the Crypt like formula and it's good.
But which one do you prefer? Do you prefer Creep Show or do you prefer Tales from the Crypt?
Oh, just for the Crypt Keeper, Tales from the Crypt.
There you go. Good.
So where do you want me to start first? What movie?
Demon Knight. Demon Knight's gonna be the first one. So we already got your episode of Tales from the Crypt, which is great. Demon Knight, unless you want to do this, you can also pick your favorite scene in Demon Knight and your favorite scene in Bordello of Blood, because that was a question that was asked to the other guys. It's up to you.
I'll pass on it.
That's fine.
Save time.
So go ahead and give your pint reviews for Demon Knight, and then do your pint reviews for Bordello of Blood, and then which movie do you prefer? I mean, like which one is your number one, your go-to? So
sure. All right, so yeah, as we wrap up the discussion about Demon Knight, I want, for me, enjoyments of 5. I love this movie. Like just Billy Zane, like just the creative they could bring to it. So enjoyments of 5. I watched this movie. I was lucky enough to see this movie in the theater.
What?
I've seen both these in theater. So
you saw it when it was a re-release. You didn't see it back when it first came out.
No, I was way too young for that.
Yeah.
This came out in 1995, so I was only 7 years old.
Yeah.
But yeah, I caught the TV shows before I could see this. I didn't get to this like VHS. But yeah, so yeah, critical is a 3.5.
Okay.
But the movie without question is a thrilling ride, just nonstop entertainment. It grabs you from the first scene. It just pulls you in.
Mm-hmm.
It promises wild action, gory effects, dark humor, and just the charismatic Billy Zane's character, the Collector.
Yes.
Did an amazing job doing that. I mean, whether it's your first time watching this, Demon Knight never fails to entertain. That's what it does. It sucks you in. It knows it's not gonna be like some like top-notch movie, but it does what it does and just delivers it.
Yes. Billy Zane steals the show, in my opinion. He just steals the show in the whole fucking movie.
I mean, he's so smooth talking. He chews all the scenery around him, uses it so well.
Yeah.
I mean, just him, William Sadler. I always loved seeing him in a movie. It was cool seeing Jada Pinkett Smith. I know the stuff she's going through in the media right now in her personal life. I know that Cameron Diaz was considered for the role.
I didn't know that. I didn't find that in the research. Really?
Yeah, she was considered for the role, but the director was strong hold on Pinkett Smith. So
he used her. I think she was in the movie. I think Juice, because the other movies that he's done, he's in the one with Juice, which Tupac basically. He did Bones to Snoop Dogg, Ernest Dickerson. But no, I didn't know about the Cameron Diaz. That would have been interesting. I mean, Jada Pinkett did a good job. She did. I'm not a big fan of her.
She killed it.
Yeah, but she was fine. I like the little small like Charles Fletcher. I didn't expect to see him in this movie, the voice of Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
So
it's work, man. It's a paycheck.
Yeah. And Thomas Hayden Church, he just came fresh off of Wings. So it was great to see him. And you see where he's gone today now with his acting. So
yeah, I love seeing him in George of the Jungle. Just seeing that actor, like I see him as Flash that movie whenever I see him.
Completely forgot he was in that.
Yeah,
he was the villain in George of the Jungle. That's fucking crazy. You see him as an Oscar-winning director or actor for one of my favorite movies of his, Sideways. He was amazing in that. And then you see he was in George of the Jungle. I completely forgot he was in that. Good pull. I forgot about that.
So yeah, it's always tremendous to see. But I mean, so yeah, for me, Demeanor, it's a wild ride. If you look at it from a critical perspective, it doesn't hold up strongly.
Yeah.
It feels thin at time. The lore of the key, the battle between good and evil. There's a good basis for a movie.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the characters, like they play their role. So I mean, it works.
Yeah.
It definitely benefits from the CGI, practical effects, over CGI, lending a tactile, gritty quality. It feels real.
Mm-hmm.
That's missing in so much horror movies nowadays.
It felt like the 80s type of horror, especially with like the model, like the building exploding and the demons and stuff like that. I really like how they went with the look of the demons, because it was more of a 90s look with the tattoos, the earrings, and the long hair and stuff like that. It's a fun movie. It's a fun horror film. That's how I see it, as a fun, enjoyable horror film.
Exactly. Yeah. So in conclusion, if you're a horror fan, you'll find plenty to love here. It's so for pure enjoyment, it's 5 out of 5 for me. But then critically, you have to acknowledge the film's limitations, which for me brings it down to 3.5. But it's still so enjoyable. It's cheesy, campy, just a perfect blend of horror that I love.
Do you think it's Billy Zane's best movie?
For me, it's one of his best roles he's done.
Okay.
This movie got me introduced to him.
Yeah.
So, I have a soft spot for the Phantom. I do. Like I got my son to watch it. He loved it. I'm like, yes, my boy.
It's a fun, cheesy movie. Ragnar hates it. I remember he says that movie's stupid, but I remember watching it. You remember the movie The Shadow with Alec Baldwin? That was also
that movie.
And Dick Tracy.
I have the book, the original book. It's like a #1. Like it's graded like 7.4 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's on my vault. So I have all of my comic books and like books like that are rare.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the book, the Shadow book, I have that one.
Okay. All right. Now I'll go to Bordello of Blood. Now I'm curious what this one is.
So for enjoyment wise, it's still a 5 for me. I loved it. I do love this movie. Like I love the storytelling. It's like my fantasy of like say where if I were the private detective like Dennis Miller was, and like just going this like fun adventure and like finding this funeral home with just vampires in it, just lady vampires. That's like my fantasy. I love that kind of stuff. That's why it's an enjoyment. I love watching the movie. I mean, critically, for me, it's a 2.5.
I think that's what it was for most of the guys here, believe it or not. I didn't give it that high of an enjoyment, but I think I gave it like a 2.5, 3. But the fact about it is that it's a vampire TNA flick. It's a good movie to have in the background during a Halloween party. Just good fun. So
yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it has, for me, it's the cheesy one-liners, the outrageous gore, just the pure escapist fun. I love that. I mean, just from the first scene, it doesn't take itself so seriously. You have the little midget guy running through the jungle trying to find this vampire, Lily. So that's priceless. It's always good seeing him. I mean, I always pop when I see Chris Sheridan as the head of the church guy, the pastor.
It's ironic that he plays a role in a vampire movie when he's the head vampire in Fright Night. So
I love that Fright Night movie.
Yes, Fright Night's a classic.
Every year I see that in theaters because we're lucky enough to show that every year. So that movie has a special place in my heart.
Now, did you know about Lilith and who she was dating at the time?
I do not.
So during the movie, we had this discussion in the movie. Sylvester Stallone talked to Joel Silver and got her the role because they were dating at the time. Everybody was afraid to work with her or basically talk to her on the set because she was Sly's girlfriend. Then Sly breaks up with her in the middle of filming.
Of course.
So then she gets all depressed and thinks that and doesn't put a lot into her acting, but not really that much acting she did in the movie when you think about it. I mean, eat your heart out, that kind of weird fucking lines coming from it. But yeah, Sly, because Joel Silver, Robin Zemeckis, Gilbert Adler, who is the director, this was his only movie that he ever directed. He mostly produces horror movies, so he only directed this movie. But she's hot to look at. I'm not gonna lie, she's a hot actress. So
beautiful woman, yeah.
Yeah,
still beautiful to this day.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, with that said, the filmmakers clearly lean to the B movie aesthetic to this movie, and that's where it shines to me. The practical effects and makeup, I always appreciate the vampires and how they did the special effects and just the practical effects. It always means a lot to me seeing that.
What do you think of Corey Feldman?
It's just it's a sleazy neon lit world where absurd plot plays out just with reckless abandon. I mean, it's this Corey Feldman, just that it's always fun seeing him in a role like that.
Yeah.
Was it so yeah, Dennis Miller, obviously you guys talked about him just doing it for a paycheck. I mean, his one-liners though fucking crack me up every time. It's just
you
is
definitely
funny.
see it. You definitely see it throughout the whole movie because he changed the lines that were crucial to the plot, and all the actors were pissed off. It's like that's not in the script. He he kind of wrote his own thing, but it worked. He had, you could tell he had fun or he didn't have fun. The only scene that you see that he had fun where he was really smiling is when he had the super soaker gun. That was a fun scene, but he was fine. I mean, he's not an actor. He's a stand-up comedian. He even said himself, "I don't do acting." So he took it as a paycheck, and it worked out.
He somehow got the Monday Night Football role up in the color commentary, announcing Monday Night Footballs back in the day somehow.
Yeah, and I heard that he's also like a commentator, political commentator on Fox News, because he's a conservative comedian. Yeah, so
he's dead to me. I don't know. I haven't ever since this that Monday Night stuff. I didn't know what he's doing or what he's up to.
Did you ever watch the Dennis Miller Show back on HBO early '90s?
No.
Oh, okay. I watched a couple of his YouTube, like on YouTube, to see some of his stuff, and he's funny. He's a good stand-up comedian, like a mediocre comedian, but he was big in the day, so that's why they used him. So,
yeah. So in conclusion, like the for this movie, like the humor and just the campiness works for me. I mean, just unfortunately the lack of emotional depth to the characters, because they all fall prey to the vampires. That's all it leads towards. So, I mean, the dialogue sucks. I mean, the plot sucks. But I mean, overall, I thought it was a good story, at least. Like, they had the elements there for a good movie, but it just didn't work out. It works good. It looked good on paper. So, so for me, it was pure enjoyment. It's a 5, enjoyment and 2.5 critical.
See, I wasn't expecting a 5 for enjoyment, but hey, if that's awesome. I mean, you're a big fan of these type of movies, the cheesy horror movies and stuff like that. I'm glad that you gave it a lower critical. I couldn't see this being a high critical rating, but the fact that you gave it a 5, that's 2 5s on both of them. Now, just a bonus, just not critical enjoyment. What would you give for enjoyment for Ritual? Have you seen Ritual?
It's been a long time.
Okay. If you can't remember, don't worry about it. It's bad. It's really bad.
Yeah. I don't really remember it. So yeah, I know I've seen it, but I was trying to think when I last saw it. But yeah, I saw it and I thought, man, I wish the Fat Tuesday movie came out.
Yeah. Jennifer Grey's in it, and there are certain areas of the country that they don't put the Crypt Keeper scenes, but the Crypt Keeper scenes that are in it, you can find them on YouTube. It's him as a Jamaican puppet. It's a rod puppet. It's not the animatronics. It's very cheaply made. It looks bad.
Yeah, I prefer Wes Craven's. Like, when it goes into the whole voodoo stuff, I prefer Wes Craven's Surfing in the Rainbow.
Rose. Yep, Surfing in the Rainbow, yes.
I know Tim Curry's in the movie. He saves the movie for me, but I mean, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's cheesy, like really, really low grade, like way at the bottom of the barrel horror movie. But it kind of forgot it. Like, nobody even knows about it. It's like kind of forgotten.
Yeah.
I kind of wish though, because I remember when M. Night Shyamalan was going to bring back Tales from the Crypt, early 2000s or mid 2000s or something like that, and it never came to be. I was really hoping that would come back, but it would be nice to have like a reboot, but still have the voice of John Kassir as the Crypt Keeper and doing the whole thing in bit, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen. So we'll see. I wish they would have remastered the episodes though, because they're DVD quality, and I had the DVD set, and I actually, doing this review, I almost want to buy the whole set again and watch all of them, because it's just, they're just good, fun little short episodes basically. Yeah. But would you want to see a reboot?
I would, yeah. I would, with Shudder doing their magic with Creepshow and Greg Nicotino and just all the people he's got involved with those episodes. Because they're in like season 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And like, it's incredible, like what they can pull off storytelling wise and the actors they pull. So it's like Tales from the Crypt, but current days. So, I mean, I hope they can bring it back, but I mean, it just depends on the directors and stuff like that. But because I'm sure Max would hold it, and I don't know if the budget came along and they had an interest for it. I don't see why not.
I mean, hopefully someday they can do a reboot, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. So, which movie do you prefer out of the two?
Oh, Demon Knight.
There you go. So, you, me, Stu agreed on that. Ragnar thought that Bordello of Blood was his number one, which Stu was telling him, I'm extremely disappointed in you. But I mean, that's what he liked. That's his preference. It sucked. I guess he had more fun with that one. Even Snow apparently told me that she hated Demon Knight and she liked Bordello of Blood better. And I was like, wow, okay. That's. But they are two different movies. When you think about it.
Really saying that much.
I guess. But the thing about Bordello, that one's more comedy. Demon Knight is comedic in some ways, but a little bit more serious. It's a hero story. Bordello of Blood is just all stupid comedy and fun and stuff like that, just over the top. So there's a huge difference between the two. A lot of people would agree that Demon Knight doesn't really fit into the whole formula of Tales from the Crypt because it's got a little bit more seriousness to it. It's not as comedic. I mean, there is comedic scenes, but it's different from Bordello of Blood. Bordello of Blood almost feels more of like an episode compared to Demon Knight, but a lot of people would disagree or agree to disagree. So, but that is the end of our episode. Goot, thank you so much for being a part of this little bonus at the end. Always love you having on the show, man. Looking forward to our next episode dropping next week for 28 days and 28 weeks later. Another 2 movies to review. So this Halloween season's really going crazy with our episodes. And then 1 week after that, your episode, Terrifier 1 and Terrifier 2, which I can't wait to see because a lot of the guys in our podcast have never seen them before. So it's going to be their virgins to these movies. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear what their thoughts.
So thank you, Goop. Appreciate it for being here. So we're going to go ahead and sign off, and we will see you guys later. Thank you for listening to Barrel Age Flicks. If you like our show, please leave a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Guys, this helps out enormously. Give us a follow on Instagram at Barrel Age Flicks Podcast. If you would like to send us a special film request, please contact us via Instagram, and we will give you a personal shout-out on the show. We are also on Facebook and Twitter. Our podcast is available on Apple Podcasts. We are officially also on YouTube in video form. And also Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Audible, Pocket Cast, Spotify, CastBox, iHeartRadio, and Pandora. Make sure you check out Barrel Age Chicks, our spin-off show where you get the girl's perspective. Subscribe to our Patreon for uncut video and early access to our podcast. Special thanks to Carl Casey at White Bat Audio on YouTube for his awesome music. This guy fucking rocks. Check him out. Want to give a shout out to Sammy, one of our guest hosts on the show who does our amazing album artwork. Thank you, Sammy. Hope you join us for our next episode. Later, guys.